Hello?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday, and it is time for SCNS Live. And I have quite the motley crew up in here tonight. I swear, I get Nazni up in here, and now I replaced her somehow with my good buddy over here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome him back to the panel. Matt Maliaros is over there.
I'm not as hot, but I'm happy to be here.
But he's just as hairy.
That's true.
Oh.
Just as hard.
Of course, we got the professor right over there. Professor, how you doing?
I'm doing well, gentlemen. Good evening and salutations.
And welcome
That's a big
back
word.
to the panel over here. We got, well, that camera is like, I'm going to end up adjusting that camera because it's off if you didn't notice.
Okay, well, make sure we get everything in frame there, Jason. You know, we don't want to run the,
Well, if I had done it
image.
beforehand, so anyway.
dork.
Hold on, there we go. I think that'll do something.
Looks like I got the Princess
Well,
Leia
I
buns
tripped
going
over it.
on.
I don't care.
Ew. It does look like that.
It's getting off of the game screen now. So. Okay. And, of course, our buddy Rob Entropy's over there.
I really wish you
You know,
were
that's the part where
wearing,
you
like,
actually
a
say
white
something into the
dress.
microphone, Rob. Okay, I know you're upset that there is no beer in the studio tonight, but there is no whiskey either. So
What's in the barrel?
you don't want what's in the barrel. It didn't turn out so well. Anyway, yes,
Malt
ladies
liquor.
and gentlemen, we have a great show for you tonight. We're going to be talking about. Should we go ahead and put Man of Steel on the table tonight?
Yeah,
I
let's
think
put
we
our
should.
I think we should put Man of Steel and all our 12 inches on the table about it tonight.
I'm where's my Nerf gun?
Overcompensating right
Anyway, yeah, he is.
Wrong freaking show.
No kidding. But no, we do have a special guest tonight. Adam Warrock, nerdcore rap artist, will be joining us live via Skype. Thank you guys for joining us out there. I'm not in the chat room, so
That's okay.
I'm never in the chat room. There we go. Hello, guys. Welcome.
Poor deal.
We're gonna be bringing Adam on here in just a second. So, how was everybody's week so far? Anybody have anything interesting to share? No, good.
Aw.
Do you have anything short?
I really didn't have anything. I saw This Is the End, and I actually did watch Man of Steel, too.
This in the end was actually good.
I thought it was really good.
I enjoyed quite a bit of it. Of course, we saw Man of Steel last week. We're
it was
just
good.
going to go ahead and start talking about this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Neil, welcome back, brother. Where you been, man?
I've been on the road, been traveling.
But
A long, dusty road.
We're glad to have him back. And you guys in the chat room, Shark Lady, our own Linda, and somebody puts in the chat room balls.
Yes, they
Yes.
are here with me.
You have a problem, sir. Anyway,
A massive problem.
I don't know how we're going to get through this with no alcohol. Seriously,
Wow.
I'm going to need a drink right post this show. Anyway,
I don't think you know what's in this cup.
round table tonight, guys.
yes,
do it
well,
sober.
We're pulling a danger here, but no, you're going to be leading that interview there, buddy.
That's
Just
right,
a few
buddy.
seconds.
That's right, buddy.
We got some super cool nerd news, and I was ready last week to ring the death bell for Microsoft, but there might be some signs of life.
I'm
Glimmer of
still
hope.
ringing it.
We're gonna have. And what's more, Rob is pissed because they ruined his oh hell no for the week.
Oh, I know. Well, he'll
Bitches.
probably still go for it.
I'll try.
Yeah.
That's why he's sad.
I'm sorry. I enjoy your oh hell no segment, but we are going to go ahead and get to our big interview tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I want to bring on Mr. Adam Warrock. Mr. Warrock, thank you for joining us live tonight on the show.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. How
It's
about
really weird because I can't see you guys except in the stream, which is 5 seconds
In the
later.
past.
at least you
or
get to
in
see
the
what these
past.
guys look like or something, and then the magic is disappeared all of a sudden. So I think the guys out there in the chat room can hear you too. So I'm gonna go ahead and just turn it over to the professor. What?
Okay.
I've ruined my thing here. So okay, there we go.
Okay, we see you. We see you.
There we go.
Yeah, so first off, much respect. You're rocking the black and yellow behind you, sir. You're rocking a real football team there. I appreciate that. I really do.
He's got a
I was,
point.
I was born there, so I have a right to be a Steelers
Right on,
fan.
baby.
I'm not one of those obnoxious bandwagon Steelers fans.
Hey, respect. So we're going to just start off basic, simple, KISS to the point here. For those all, maybe 5 people that are uninitiated with who you are, just tell us in a few words, who is Adam Warrock? I know hey.
What are you, Barbara Walters over here?
That's not blah, 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 blah. Please tell us.
It's like James Lipton. Very James Lipton-y.
Who is? Do not give him that much
Thank you,
credit.
sir.
Adam Warrock is a pop cultural nerdcore geek rapper who likes comic books and mainly comic books, but also a lot of TV and movies and things like that. And it tries to be like enthusiastic indie style positive pop. So even people who hate rap or who are incredibly racist against rap music may sort of like it sometimes. At least that's what YouTube comments tell me.
Oh, YouTube. Fickle people. So let's...
I have learned more racist ways to refer to rap from YouTube comments than I ever thought I would know in my entire life. So
Wow.
you don't even want to go down that rabbit hole.
We're trying to keep it on the positive tip here, man. So it's all good. So let's talk about, you mentioned you're from Pittsburgh. You're talking about your beginnings, man. Let's talk where you came from. That's where everybody gets their origin story. What's your origin story, man?
You mean like my entire life origin story?
Well, we're talking about where you began from. I mean, as not that far back, not conception. God, I'm sorry. I got a knucklehead sitting right next to me. No, just tell us how the seeds were sown to become the man to become one day to become Adam Warrock. I got to hear this.
Well, it's funny. Like, I was born in Pittsburgh, and then I was raised in Memphis, Tennessee, where I live now. And Memphis is actually where I first kind of started really becoming a fan of rap music, because there's a lot of rap music in Memphis. It's kind of like the birthplace of crunk, right?
Mm-hmm.
It got kind of transported to Atlanta, and Miami kind of took some from Miami too, and made basically what became like club rap for like a lot of the 2000s. A lot of it started in Memphis, so like every single kid in Memphis listens to rap music in some form or fashion. So it was really weird when I like went to school in Ohio for college and realized there were people who didn't like rap music, because like in Memphis, even if you are not at all into hip hop culture, you still have heard a lot of 3 6 Mafia songs,
Mm-hmm.
and like them and know some of the words to them. But then like, when I was in college, I did a lot of like kind of independent music creation. I performed a lot. And then I took some years off from making music and went to grad school instead and started working. And then I was so depressed when I had a job that I decided to make music again when I was about 26 or 27 or so. And then I just started posting those songs on a website. And I was fortunate enough to know a lot of people who made webcomics, who were bloggers, who were active on social media. And some of my stuff kind of got out there, and it just kept kind of log rolling the longer I did it, to the point where like the site kind of became this place where all this music would go up. So
Oh, absolutely. Now, I want to kind of touch back on this for a moment, because now for some of those that are uninitiated, who know about you or may not know about you, you actually you had a completely different career path in music. From what I understand, you were actually studying law for a while, and you were practicing law.
Yeah, I was. I studied law. I went to law school because I didn't know what I wanted to do after college, and that was back in the time when people didn't know what they wanted to do after college. They would just go to law school. Because like med school requires like certain prerequisites,
Yeah.
and like a master's, you have to like really want to do that. But law school is just like you just take a test and you get in, and and then so I went to law school, and because I was in this very serious thing that cost a lot of money, I was like, I should probably focus on this like 100%. And so I stopped doing music for fun and started practicing law in DC, where I was kind of like a litigation attorney. And that's actually where I would make a lot of the music that became kind of the beginning of Adam Warrock. Because it stinks. Being a lawyer is the worst. And if you don't really want to be a lawyer and you just go to law school because you don't know what you want to do, you're probably going to hate the job, because the job is a lot of filling out forms and calling people and asking them why they haven't done something and getting yelled at.
Oh, well, I think you could say about a lot of jobs, really.
Oh yeah, you can totally say that about a lot of
You know,
jobs.
like what Jason and I do in real life, we have to.
Nobody
don't-
ever hollers at me, so just keep on.
You get hollered at all the time.
Coworkers that have staplers thrown at them at their firms.
Oh.
Like, law firms are very toxic places, and it's kind of weird because the idea is that, like, they think you're so dependent on a certain kind of lifestyle, because if you work at a big firm, you make a very large salary, and so they kind of think they can treat you however they want to, and you're going to take it because obviously you can't not have money.
Oh,
But I worked at kind of a sort of public interest firm, so I made half of what a big firm lawyer, just a good salary, but it wasn't like life altering amounts of money. It was just kind of like comfortable living. So
oh yeah, yeah, because I looked at one time actually going down that law path, and it's like I heard horror stories left and right, man. It was, not for me, absolutely. And kind of talking about that, because the genesis of becoming Adam Warrock from that era. I mean, I'm going to go back just a little bit with you. Now, I know taking the law, studying law, knowing law. I mean, how did that help you prepare for the more the legal aspects, the music side of the music business? Because I mean, I know there's a lot of things about copywriting and creative rights and things like that. How's it helped you in the music side of things?
Wait a second. There's copyright laws.
Yeah, you didn't
Yeah,
know
there
that,
are.
dude?
Yeah,
I got to talk to you after the show.
Trademarking, things like that.
pretty sure you're gonna get sued for half the
yeah.
stuff you've done.
I'm just gonna go ahead and take some of Adam's songs out of our playlist now.
Fun thing is that we can get Adam to represent us because he at least has the
Should I
most
li-
law experience in
Should
all
I
of us.
like ask him permission
Can we
now
keep
to
you on
play
re-
his music?
Right?
Hey,
You
Adam,
probably should.
can we keep you on retainer, by the way? We like you, man.
No,
well, I don't have bar licensure anymore, so
Damn.
that would,
anymore.
I'm already covered, man. I have a stipend set aside every quarter for my legal fees, so I'm good to go. Thank
Okay,
you.
just checking.
You know what being a lawyer taught me? It taught me that you should not fear legal action. Like, legal action, I'm talking about civil law. If you are in criminal court, you should fear that.
Oh.
It's very. But if you are getting like a civil suit filed against you, there is no case you can't settle. There is no case that you can't make it painful for the other side, and at the same time, it costs so much money to sue people that if you're not worth the certain amount of money it would take to pay a lawyer to sue you, even if you are directly violating the law, and I would never advise that you violate the law as a legal opinion.
I don't know why he's sticking with the legal stuff, because I'm all about hearing about some music.
I
man,
like
'cause
the history. I like to hear the history of how somebody becomes something, man. So this.
I want to
is
hear the
very
history of how he
interesting
came up with
building
the
blocks.
616, my favorite song.
Well, we're going to talk about that next, man. So
Musicians, though, like, unless you make so much money, or unless you are so blatant with selling something that is clearly not yours, like, you may get a complaint like sent to you or something, but like you can fix it. Like, and I'm not scared of it because I have seen that process happen hundreds of times, and I'm kind of like, whatever. Like, if you sue me, fine. Like,
I'm taking notes right now. I
yeah,
don't know about you
we're
guys.
learning a lot. Thank you.
Next time I get sued.
It's really a horrible problem. I mean, we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, we're gonna jump ahead to the man that is. By the way, for those just joining us on SCNS Live tonight, we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Adam Warrock, hanging out with us. Adam, let's talk, man. Now, you, like a lot of hip hop artists, they write about what they know. You know, we were talking about the guys in the dirty South earlier in Memphis, talking about the crunk and talking about rhyming about what's going on in the streets, rhyming about the cars, rhyming about everything. You rhyme a lot about pop culture, and let's talk how that's kind of benefited and influenced your craft a little bit. I mean, because you're picking something that normally wouldn't be something one would rap about, you know, or would think would be considered typical hip hop. Let's talk about that a little bit. How's that benefited you?
I because I can release music so fast, I kind of think that I have this unique ability of being like South Park of hip hop, where like something happens, I can just immediately make a song about it and release it, which is gives me a leg up because I like being in like I like reading about and keeping up with pop culture and the zeitgeist and everything. So I kind of have that quick turnaround time because hip hop only requires you have a beat and you just kind of record it on a microphone. Like you don't have to play instruments and get multiple people in a room together and track like a ton of guitars at once or whatever. And then like it's in the day and age that we live in, which I was talking about this on an interview this past week, where it's so different even from 2 years ago, where like all of promo, a lot of internet buzz is completely organic. Like it used to be a big deal a couple years ago to get on a big site like an IO9 or an AV Club or something like that, and it would be incredibly beneficial beyond anything else. But now, I mean, it is still beneficial to get on those sites. But now, I've had songs that are amongst my most like popular songs that got around because of YouTube, Tumblr, Facebook, and Twitter that were never posted by anybody else, and you get to kind of see this fandom grow up around a new property or a certain thing that's happening in pop culture. And if you happen to be part of that fandom, you get to kind of riff around on it and people like feed off of that enthusiasm that's already there. Because like a lot of like music in general, you have to be enthusiastic about the musician, or you have to really be enthusiastic about that very specific kind of music. But like what I do, I get to be enthusiastic about stuff that people are already enthusiastic about. And it's funny because like I know a lot of people would think that's an easy equation, but I think there's some other people who try to do that, and I think you can a lot of times fans can tell when you're not really a fan of something. Like if you're just making something because you think it's really popular and you want to be part of that zeitgeist. And I try really hard to only make music about stuff that I'm actually like sincerely enthusiastic about. And so it just allows me to kind of like piggyback off of that already existing enthusiasm and not have to kind of go from scratch and get people to listen to me just because you should listen to a dope rapper, you know, like it's like you should listen to this really good rap song about Game of Thrones because you like Game of Thrones, and you've already kind of knocked first barrier down, and people are going to be like, oh, maybe I will listen to this, and then maybe they'll hate it because they hate rap music and they call it all kinds of racist things on YouTube.
Oh,
I don't
hate
know.
YouTubers.
I was blasting the Browncoats mixtape at a gas station. Had about a 10-minute conversation with somebody because it was the Serenity song, and they were going inside the 7-Eleven and hear it, and they turned around like, what is that? And they actually came over and I had like a 10-minute conversation with, oh, this is Adam Warrock and this is Brown. And I actually told me this, you can actually go get, I think I was playing at the second day it came out, and I was like, yeah, just go to his website. And they were like, this is free? I was like, well, yeah. But my
Son, mouth.
I think my personal favorite though has got to be Silver Age, the one that you do with Tribe One. That's at 616 too. I like that song, but
Yeah,
that's me.
Me and Tribe One wrote Silver Age. So we went to record War for Infinity with this guy called Ruckus Roboticus, who was based in Ohio at the time, and we went having not finished Silver Age. It was actually called a completely different song. It was called Same Old Story because we knew it was going to be the last song on the album, and so we thought that song was going to be about trying to tell a new story when you've heard the same stories in comics over and over again, and it wasn't working. And so we stopped and like went to lunch because we stayed there for like 4 days making the album in his home studio, and we wrote Silver Age over lunch, just like, I don't know, eating cookies and
Lunch of Champions.
That's pretty gay.
Is that how the battles came out too? Because the battles were dope on that album, on the Infinity, which actually was the first album I ever got from you. I actually got that from Richard Neal down there at Zeus Comics. It's actually where I met you at a Variance filming.
Actually, that's where we both met you, actually. You probably don't remember me, but that's okay.
He's very forgettable.
I'm very forgettable.
Who are you?
Good thing.
Who's this guy?
Oh, I was supposed to give apparently bureau chiefs represent. What is that all about?
Yeah.
I'm a former bureau chief. I had to give up my title, but because of touring and I'm not on emails like I used to. But we wrote Silver Age over lunch, just kind of like bouncing things off each other, and that was the only song that we wrote there, and it always holds a special place in our heart because we wrote it in like an hour just kind of like add to each other's lines. Like it was kind of like a very collaborative experience. That's kind of when I knew I would work with Tribe One pretty much until we are not doing this anymore, you know?
Who also will give you a cupcake and a hug.
That's right. Okay, that kind of actually dovetails what I wanted to talk about with you next, man. That's all about the that's that whole creative process that you go through with doing these, like from start to finish. Let's kind of want to talk about that in particular. I'm just kind of curious if you could take us through the creation of like a typical song or EP or something of that nature. Where do you begin, and then from where it begins to where it ends?
I'm posting this on Twitter right now.
Oh,
Hold
thank
on.
you.
Oh, what?
We appreciate that.
Being interviewed here live. I put a shirt on because I only had a tank top on.
Yeah, he didn't know this was video.
Was he wearing a wifey? I mean, was he wearing a beater, or was he wearing?
I think that's what that counts as that.
So I was wearing a wife beater.
I'm trying to make myself of a habit of calling it a wife beater.
You could
'Cause
call it. What
that
is
it is not.
Yeah, go put your towel on, your terrible towel or whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
Woo! I'm just kidding.
Don't
He's
knock
gonna
a
hurt
terrible
you.
towel.
This is a nice guest. Be nice to him.
Terrible towels on this wall that you can't see.
Oh, he's got it.
Open my mouth. There you
Every
go.
Steelers fan is born with a terrible towel.
Oh, they just pop out with a towel.
No, like whenever they
Oh, that's
like,
what they wrap all
yeah, they
babies
wrap
in
all
Pittsburgh.
babies up in a
Ah.
terrible
A
towel,
towel.
and then you take that home with you.
I have the old one, the new one, and the Super Bowl 41.
Oh,
So really,
That's a
And-
true Steelers fan right there.
I am a serious Steelers fan. I also will never rap over the beat to Black and Yellow out of respect for Wiz Khalifa in Pittsburgh because I think it's a
Wow.
perfect song. So,
The man
you
has
talk-
I can respect that.
process of making a song. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Way to distract
Yeah,
him,
we're
man.
trying to do an interview here, sir. Go be a Power Ranger in the other room.
Go, just stop.
Yes, my host here has a vintage Power Ranger morpher on his hands here, and he's playing around with it. So yeah, let's kind of jump into that. Let's talk about the song creation process with you.
I usually have to have an idea for a song first, and I usually will like think of a title, and then it's just kind of like whatever I'm into. I mean, it's pretty easy to figure out what I'm gonna make songs about if you really know me and know what I'm into and know what I'm currently really going back and looking at. And so like a lot of times it comes out of just talking with people who I'm friends with and just kind of goofing off about something. And then a song idea will come from that, or just me sitting down and just trying to write a song. Because I try to write a song, or I try to record like at least every other day or so, just to kind of keep that muscle like strong and not atrophied. And so a lot of times I'll just step up to like my little setup and just be like, I got to write a song. What am I going to write a song about today? Oh, I remember watching this, or I saw this movie. Let's just do a song about that. Just kind of go from there. And it's there's really no like specific way it happens. Sometimes it's like on a scrap of paper and then I run home and do it, or sometimes it's me sitting in front of the computer trying to like go line by line and figure out what it is. But the best ones come from talking with other people and like laughing about something, or like talking about how awesome it would be if there was a song about this thing, and then kind of going, oh, I'm going to do a song about that. Like, let's fix that. And my friends all kind of know that if you dare me to make a song, no matter how stupid an idea is, I will probably make it when I'm bored and send it around. So they've learned quickly to be careful what they wish for.
That's kind of the purpose of this whole show here. We just kind of threw it together and see what's stuck on the wall. Well, that's what we have here. So, so we're kind of in the same place. Now, I want to get your, there's always with any artist, you've got like, success. You've got successes and failures and anything in between as well. Now, when you knew you had something on your hands that you knew would be a hit with not just your friends, but maybe an audience at large, that lightning in a bottle of moment. When did you know you had that?
Like for a song?
Yeah, for a song, EP.
I think I was pretty certain that people would enjoy that Waka Flocka Swanson song that I made about Ron Swanson. on the Parks and Recreation EP.
Yes.
Like,
Oh yes.
Yes.
sure that people would appreciate that, and it kind of happened really quickly. Like that was one of the like quickest times it kind of blew up, and I just saw kind of like exactly as I thought it would happen. But we also really, like, me and Michael Kill, we really thought the Brown Coats mixtape would be big if we could get it to a member of the cast. Like, and we tried our hardest to like resist bothering anybody about it, because enough people were tweeting at Nathan Fillion about it that we knew that if we just stayed quiet, it was the best chance for it to happen. And so like we stayed quiet for like a couple weeks. I think it was like 2 weeks or something, where it was like killing us, because we were just like, please listen to this, you know, like I hope he listens to it, because we knew that, I mean, like we knew when we wrote Mal that that would be a song that Firefly fans would like, because the chorus is so like fun and kind of catchy. And so, you know, as soon as Nathan Fillion tweeted about it, it kind of went really big, you know. But those are probably like the 2 times that I kind of knew that it was going to happen. There's a lot of times when stuff happens that I have no idea it's going to happen. Like the Downton Abbey song that I made, which was a total, like, I lost a bet. Like,
What?
It's always the best.
Do tell,
things.
sir.
I gotta hear this story.
my best friends who lives here in Memphis, who did a webcomic called Let's Be Friends Again. His name's Kurt Franklin.
Oh,
Um,
Kurt Franklin,
who's
yeah.
on-
We met him.
On the variants as well. Kurt was really into Downton Abbey before it was really cool, and I used to make fun of him about it, because I was like, this show looks so stupid and so boring. And I was like, I can't believe you're into this. And he would just be like, oh, whatever, like, just watch it. And so it was like on sale on iTunes for like $9.99 for the whole first season, and I was going out of town, so I bought it and I watched it in a hotel while I was on tour, and I got really into it. And so if you go back and you read the blog post about that, it actually says, like, because he said something like, well, now you got to make a song about it, and I was like, all right. And so it was kind of this, like, I didn't even want to make a song about Downton Abbey, but I got really into it. And so it's like in the blog post, it's like, well, I made this because he told me I have to, because I was wrong and he was right. And then it got covered by all this stuff, and I do not think it's a good song at all.
Chris, quick, make a bet with him. We need a new theme song.
Yeah.
Make a bet with him that we can win. Just
Well,
oh, wait a minute, he can hear me. Never mind. Sorry.
damn.
Maybe the
Please
Heat
continue,
win
sir.
tonight. I don't know.
In that my YouTube views demographics are skewed heavily towards the women 45 to 55 range.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
The
like-
the estrogen replacement crowd, man.
I think
Damn.
that means he made it right there. I'm
Right?
sorry. If the MILFs are listening, I'm sorry.
I would
sorry.
say
I
the
love
ones that
that
take the estrogen
Adam
replacement.
Warrock.
Do the poise thing.
Well, they're not at the age that they're saying he's a nice young boy. Okay,
He's a
Yeah,
nice
I know.
young fella, that Adam Warrock. What a
They're just
nice
experienced.
boy. About to pitch his cheeks.
Well, how old is this person? Like 80?
Yeah. What
What accent was that?
bars are you hanging out at anyway? Do we,
That's none of your
the
damn
retirement
business, sir.
home. The retirement home.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Get this train back on track, boys. Okay, so by the way, for everybody that's watching right now, we have the greatness that is Adam Warrock on live on SCNS Live tonight.
You're just gonna keep doing that, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm plugging the show, man.
Well, yeah.
that's what you got to do, brother. Got to come back around, reintroduce what's going on.
I do have a question for him,
Go
though,
for it, man.
because the War for Infinity was my favorite album from you. Just because I think it's just because it was the first one I listened to, and I liked how, in case no one has heard War for Infinity, it tells a story all the way through it, which I actually didn't. I caught that like after the first rap battle. I was like, oh, wait a minute, this is laying out a whole story, and kudos on getting the Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, the X-Men, and a lot of other Marvel characters. I noticed you stick more with Marvel characters on that
Yeah.
song, by the way.
Like there's a reason the specific list of people are in that song in Heroes Requiem, right? There's a song by an MC named The Last Emperor, who was really big in the 90s, and he has a song called Secret Wars, right? where it's like this 6-minute song where he pairs up all these superheroes and action people against rappers, and then he does like the rapper's voice. So it's like Dr. Octopus versus Busta Rhymes, or like the Fugees versus the X-Men. And it was like this huge deal when it came out in like indie hip hop, because it was like this like epic. And then he did a part 2 later with like Ludacris versus somebody else or whatever, like all these newer MCs. And I was like such a nut over that song when I was younger that I took the exact list of every hero that he used in Secret Wars and used that in Heroes Requiem and made them fight the villain in that song. So that's like an Easter egg that no one would ever catch, because that song is like forgotten in the midst of time. I don't think it was ever even on like a real CD. It was like on like a white label like single, or like got passed around on the internet. And this was like in 2001 or 2000, before there was like a place that it would post this kind of thing that everybody would see. So, but that is the exact reason that list of people was used on there, is because it just took everything that the Last Emperor used in the Secret War songs that he did and just like used them in my song. So, because like in the end of that song, I even rapped exactly the words that Last Emperor uses at the end of his Secret War song. So,
I think Matt actually had a question for you here.
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead, Matt.
My question for you is, so how did you get the gig for Gravity Falls?
Oh, yes.
And how cool has it been to have your song on Gravity Falls? Because I love that show.
it's not on Gravity Falls.
That's not on.
It's not on Gravity
Why
Falls.
did you say that? Dude?
Yeah, why did you say that,
You
dude?
told me that.
You
I
clearly
never
do
told
not
you
watch
that.
Yes,
Gravity
you did.
Falls.
I'm
Say
sorry. We're
Although
gonna, we're
I-
gonna kill him after the show.
I think I'm actually thinking Gravity Falls does need to move to this as the theme song of the show.
I do agree
Yes.
as well.
Because it combines two things that I like.
Right?
So, I mean, I am the one demographic they need to be listening to, right? So
That's right.
Okay, good.
Because like I did that song, and then I got contacted by the people associated with Gravity Falls, and that's kind of how I got to go visit their studio, and how I've gotten to become friends with Alex Hirsch and Ariel Hirsch, his sister.
Really?
Oh.
Wow.
I have been to Gravity Falls studio. I have ridden the Mystery Buffalo.
Oh wow.
That seems like a story.
He leads a charmed life.
Yeah.
He does.
Got to eat in the new refurbished Pixar building at Disney, and it looks like a spaceship at Disney TV. But it has. I don't think it has been used on Gravity Falls. Like it's just been so like that's one of the biggest hits I've probably ever had, and it's just been like so associated with it and used on like every single kind of Gravity Falls fan thing that I think that's why you confused it.
That's probably why.
Well, and plus, it's also introduced him to what you could say a new generation of fans. You know, younger fans.
Mhm.
You know, the kids.
Younger fans who get to find out how much of a sailor's mouth I have when they actually listen to all the
Oh my god.
Having
Yeah.
met him a couple of times, I'm going to go ahead and
Yeah.
agree with him there.
Well, let's kind of go along that vein of discussion, because you know you've garnered some success. You know, Gravity Falls, the Brown Coast mixtape, you know, Infinity Gauntlet, things like that. You garnish it not only from what we call the in the know, some would call the hipster type crowd, but you've also gotten a lot of respect for the mainstream press. I mean, guys like the BBC, Wired, various other media sources have featured you.
TV Guide.
TV
Yeah.
Guide, even even, and of course we even mentioned. I think Nathan Fillion gave you a shout a bit on the Brown Coat mixtape. Do you think that's in a lot of ways changed the way you do your product, or do you just keep on plugging on like you've done before, even before anybody knew who you were?
I know so many people in comics, right? And it's not even because of like necessarily the music that I make, like, which isn't to say that there aren't fans of what I do, but I think it's more because like when you are in comics and you meet a lot of creators in comics, they're pretty normal people. And if you do cons the way that me and my friends Kurt and Chris did for like a year or two, where you go to like every like con and table, you end up hanging out with a lot of people in comics because they're all there at the bar. I know a lot of people in comics, and it makes it very hard for me to speak negatively about comics that I don't like if they happen to be created by people that I'm friends with. So I tend to watch my words more carefully publicly and
Is
talking.
Rob Liefeld isn't one of those people, just out of curiosity, right?
I have not read a Rob Liefeld book in as long as I can remember, so I couldn't even tell you if I have a negative.
I was going to say, this is a safe place. If you do want to trash somebody, it's okay. We won't tell.
No, we don't do that here.
We're just going to repost
Since
this
when?
to everywhere so everyone sees it.
What?
Since when do we not trash people here?
The one word Rob says.
Rob finally talking. All right.
Thank you for
Keeping it real.
I don't think it changes anything that I do though. And like a lot of times it's through Twitter. Like it's always through Twitter, which is like amazing how Twitter is so beneficial to people that do kind of web content like I do. Is I just tweet them and I say, "Hey, check out this thing that I did." And like sometimes they'll like, sometimes they'll ignore you. Sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, cool," and you'll never hear from them again. And sometimes they really like will keep talking to you, and you're just like, "Don't you have more important things to do like than talk to me on Twitter?" But then you realize that they're just regular people too, you know, like in their free time.
most
of
celebrities.
us, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
most celebrities. Not going to badmouth anybody here because I'm better than that.
Rob.
least
Just once
right
we
now.
get off. Once we get off the
Once
air.
these cameras turn off, I'm going to just go off. Screw Rob Liefeld.
yeah.
What?
Listen to Yeezus. Do you guys like Yeezus?
Oh, man. That album. He's got a lot going on in that album. Kanye.
Yeah.
I love it. I
There's
think it's
quite a few things going on there.
I think New Slave isn't bad. New Slave's pretty good.
Oh, somebody wants to know boxes or briefs. Really? Come on.
That's not right.
Well, hey, he has to answer.
And actually, we did. Someone was asking about you're doing some sort of charity work here, a donation drive of some sort, or
This is annual.
no, you're doing a donation drive.
Well, hold on. Okay, I wear boxers.
There you go.
Well, fine. There you go. That was for Linda.
The donation drive is kind of for the site, like, because of all the free stuff during the year. So, like, every year around the anniversary of when I stopped working as a lawyer, which is June 30th, 2010. So it's been 3 years of full-time music. I do a donation drive for about a week where I release like all this new free music and I release music videos, and then everybody who donates, whether it's like a cent or it's like $100, everybody gets the same rewards package. This year, it's like a new album. We did a live concert that we filmed with like multiple cameramen. And then I have a digital comics bundle, which has exclusive and free stuff from like Oni Press, Monkey Brain, Atomic Robo, Nedroid, Michael Kupperman, Casey Green's Gun Show, Agreeable Comics, Mike Norton, Sam Humphreys, and Caldwell Tanner of College Humor, and he makes Lolled Well. This is webcomic. And so everybody who donates anything will get this whole digital package to you that will not be available anywhere else. And it helps keep the site running because I calculated it. I in 2013 alone, since the beginning of the year, I've released 71 free songs.
Wow.
Average of about 3 songs a week, right? So, and if you go further back since the last donation drive, it's probably closer to, 100 plus songs, and I've released like gigabytes for free. I've done something like 100 shows over the past couple years plus, and like I like doing this for free. I like being able to just make music and keep releasing it and not have to like do crazy amounts of like Kickstarters and pay what you want fundraisers and like releasing a new album that I sell every couple of months. Like I like having this where it just free music can pop up, but once a year we kind of celebrate the site, celebrate where we've been, and give people an opportunity to give back, because I don't ever put a donation button on my site. I don't ever ask for donations. So like a lot of people always ask me if they could donate, and I always tell them just wait till June. And then so once a year, that's what happens.
I think they could also support just by going there and buying some of Adam's albums, which are also for sale on the website. I Kill Giants is on there.
Nice.
Yeah, just
Nice.
wait until the donation drive. It'll all be free probably. Right now.
Oh, well, they should
Don't
go.
buy it.
Well, give him money on the donation drive. I know
I will be throwing in a few shekel, my friend.
mainly because you do give away a lot of music, and I downloaded all of it.
Free.
What can I say? If it's free, it's me. I like free.
It's the thing. It's like, it's not about like the most valuable thing that you can give somebody who makes internet content creation is not money, right? It's time, it's attention, and it's like your time and attention is being fought over by everything, whether it's like your video game system or ads wanting you to buy Coca-Cola or a book you want to read or going out with your friends. It's like your time and attention is really valuable. And so giving time and attention throughout the year is enough that if you keep coming back and paying attention to the thing that I do, you should get music for free. Like, I'm a big believer that like that's how internet content should exist. And so hopefully it garners enough free will that people realize that once a year they can kind of give back and still get a ton of stuff. Like the music videos that are coming out in the next couple weeks for the donation drive we spent a lot of time, a lot of money. It's like the best looking stuff with like fancy cameras that I've ever done. So like it's kind of like a nice week of celebration and everybody kind of throwing some money in the bucket, like that's kind of what donation drive is every year. And so
we're gonna have to pin that onto our Facebook page.
Definitely, we're going to be giving you some serious promotion on that. And kids, by the way, if you want to get more information on that after our show, go to adamwarrock.com. Check it out because
I'll put it in the chat room.
Yeah, he deserves your money. Anyways, now I want to, speaking of, because we were talking about that. Do you have any like? I know you do some appearances here and there. Do you have anything coming up planned? You wanna throw out? You want to talk about anything coming soon?
I will say that I'm going to be at Kineticon in Hartford, Connecticut on July 12th through 14th. I'll be tabling there with Chris Haley, who is an artist and also on the Variants. I'm going to be doing a show there. We are going to be doing a live podcast there because we do a podcast about Gravity. Well, it used to be about Gravity Falls, but now it's kind of just about animation and kids shows, which has weirdly become this weird thing where we get emails from like 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds, and they sound like they're crazy robots.
Aww.
Because kids don't use contractions. So when you have a whole letter that has no contractions in it,
oh, that's nice.
He's right.
It is true. It's true.
Like
it is. Is that a shield? Oh, it is a shield in the background. Sorry, I got distracted by the Captain America shield. No, not that shield. I'm talking about Cap, baby.
I'm going because it's backwards. It's backwards. So that one right there.
There you go.
Yeah,
go
ahead.
On that wall, right there, and that bookshelf too. In fact, if I turn you around right here.
Oh, here we go. We're getting a tour.
We're getting the tour of the Warrock Dome. All right.
All these little dudes. Right
those
there.
Those are the Mighty Mugs and the what are those? What are the guys with the big heads?
I forget. Pops.
Pop. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Did you have a question?
But yeah, Medicon, July 12th through 14th, and then I'm going to be on tour in the Northeast from Baltimore up to New Hampshire in August, and then I have a whole bunch of stuff that's coming up in the fall that I can't announce yet. So
you gonna come back through to Dallas and see us sometime because
November, I think.
You need to come for a visit. We miss you. And last time I saw you was the Zeus Comics fundraiser where you were performing on stage there. That was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
Plus, you guys raised a lot of money. That was really good charity work from the Zeus guys and you.
Live art show?
Yes, the live art show at the bar over there on Greenville. It was.
One where James O'Barr, is that his name? The guy
Yes.
who made the
Jim O'Barr.
Great guy.
That is somebody that I will put on public blast.
Oh,
Whoa.
Really?
do tell,
We
sir.
gotta hear this, sir.
I knew we were getting to this.
I mean, whatever, I don't know. But like, he wouldn't get off stage when it was time for me to perform. And then
Yes.
I got to hear about this.
No, I remember this. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
while I'm performing, like literally mid-song, he was like taking his stuff off the stage, just walking by me and stuff. I was like, what is this guy doing?
Wow. That's
Like,
Chip.
As a person in the audience,
That's
I was
Jim.
actually like, what do they do? What's going on here? And you, to your credit, you did very well, kind of moving on with him, moving this huge easel off the stage while he's. It was awesome to watch. It was awesome. I'm sorry, I was getting off track there, but I do remember it. It was. That's not really something to put him on blast, though, for. Okay, maybe it is.
Factually happened.
As a witness, yeah.
You know, if you did that at another hip hop or Memphis style show, man, you get cut for that. See, at least he had some patience with the guy.
Well, you know, we're a little bit kinder here in Texas, even though some of our other Texans aren't as nice.
Hey,
to
no,
people.
dude, no. I'm
Why are
sorry.
you
The
staring at
mid
me?
South. Sorry, I gotta stop you there for a moment. People in Texas have, dude. I like the Mid South. I know you live in the Mid South, man. I got nothing but respect for Memphis. Let me ask you this: would you consider yourself? Could we call you the new king of Memphis? You know, Jerry Lawler used to be the king of Memphis. Can we call you the new king? Would you be okay with that?
I am a nobody in Memphis because I only do shows outside of Memphis, and I don't ever perform here. Like nobody knows who I am except my friends, and they don't even care. So I'm nowhere near.
We need to change that, sir.
I want to be the king of Memphis, man. I want to come home and be able to just be home and not have to worry about stuff.
He's the king of the underground.
He's the king of underground Memphis.
There you
we'll put it
go.
that way. Yeah.
The true king.
There's plenty of rappers here or musicians here who are much bigger than me, and I just don't do anything in Memphis. It's just when I've done like 100+ shows in the past like year and a half, I feel no need to do extra shows when I'm home. I just like go to the bar, hang out with my friends, go bowling.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, you don't want to. I don't know. You don't want to like taint where you live.
We have
Sort of
one
thing.
from Gabe Infinity Watch from the chat room. Said, how about coming back through Las Vegas again?
Oh man, I can't see anything in the chat room. Am I missing it? It's just like frozen for me. It's
Oh,
weird.
really? Oh,
I haven't seen any chats in there. It just says
I'm watching.
We're watching it for you.
South by Southwest. Was that a fun experience for you?
I saw a guy get hit by a bus, and I saw
Woo!
a guy.
I saw you tweet about that.
Wow, damn.
I love how that's the first experience, like the first memory he has about South by Southwest.
Right off the plate at Bergstrom.
That's
Guy
kind of
hit
a
by a bus.
memorable one. Some dude getting hit by a city bus.
Sure.
Projectile vomiting on the sidewalk while everybody was circling around him and cheering and throwing things at him.
That's Austin.
Interesting. Oh, another request for Seattle. Someone's come up to Seattle.
Yeah, soon. Soon. That's all I can say.
So
Right now.
there you go.
And Las Vegas, I have no idea. Oh, Las Vegas. I'm going to be at the Las Vegas Comic Book and Book Valley Festival. That's the wrong name for it, but in November, I'm going to be back at some sort of book and comic book festival in Vegas. So I will be there, and then I will be taking any money I earn from selling merch and going to play craps and losing it probably.
I see
Did I
how
have
you
a problem?
changed that up. That was very Freudian,
right,
Freudian of you,
yes.
sir, there.
Stay with blackjack, man. Stay with blackjack.
You got the advantage in blackjack, brother.
Boring, man. Craps is fun. Craps is like active.
No, it's not.
It's like playing with a loaded gun.
I lost about $300 in craps in 30 seconds. Craps is not fun.
I won $6,000 drunk that I don't remember.
He just wants that moment where he's getting hot and there's all those people around him and he's having the hot girls blowing the dice as he's throwing them. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, dice, sure.
He just wants that movie moment.
Hang
I
on,
think
hang
he-
on, guys. He's saying something.
I think he.
You want that moment where it doesn't even have to be you, but you want that moment where somebody at the table's hot, and then this weird communal thing that happens where like you are hugging and high-fiving like the 80-year-old like senior citizen and the Hardy shirt with the frosted tips and like the gangster black dude and like the skinny Asian dude, and we're all like high-fiving and hugging each other and like cheering.
Here.
That's like that is so like American and
See?
and wonderful. That's what I want. I don't care about the girls and dice and being in a car. You just want that communal moment where you're like, this is awesome. That's what craps is to me.
See, I like it because he agrees with me. Screw the rest of you guys.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna wrap this up because I know you probably got some stuff to do tonight. But first off, the greatness that is Adam Warrock. Thank you for coming on. AdamWarrock.com. Check it out. The fundraiser is starting again next week. There's a lot of really cool stuff. If you want to, again, Adam Warrock, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause.
Thank you very much, sir.
The real king of Memphis, my
I'm saying, all right. I'm going to go ahead and switch it back over to the guys at the table. Adam, once again, thank you very much
Thank you,
for coming
sir.
on the
Thank
show,
you.
sir. Dude, that was.
He's good people,
I'm
man.
telling you, that's why I wanted him on here.
He's good people. I
He
like
actu-
him.
For him to actually agree to come on our show is the other thing.
Yeah, this social experiment in terror that we do every
See,
week.
that's why I go blasting Adam Warrock when I be riding
I listen to it all the time too, man.
You roll through South Dallas blasting Adam Warrock. You know, you get.
Look,
mad
I roll
respect.
through the burbs, man. That's how gangster I am.
You
all
roll
right?
through. Oh God, I'm gonna. I don't even want to like talk to you now.
McKinney.
No, the mound, dude. I live in the mound. Get it right. Oh man, but that was awesome.
I bet he
He's good
just
people,
didn't know
man.
better.
I think we should. When he's in town, we should have him in studio.
You mean kidnap
I'm
him?
down for that.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a house here, so why not?
You mean kidnap him, right?
Yes,
do
we're
we
gonna-
have to immediately go to
Neil,
kidnapping?
do you always have to do that?
Do we have
What's
to
wrong with you,
immediately go to
dude?
kidnapping?
Listen, I know you want to use your windowless van, but seriously, man.
Kidnapping's
CFV.
fun.
Oh, what station do you have?
we immediately have to go to
Whose
kidnapping
red
on this
vehicle out
show.
that-
What the hell?
That little,
That's my Chevy.
No, that was great. Seriously, having Adam on the show,
Yeah.
just
I at least have windows on mine.
yeah, I got windows on my truck.
this is why I like Adam, because he's, dude. Ever since I heard the War for Infinity, that was
Yep.
like my jam. I was like, okay, I need to go hear more of this. I hope he didn't mind. I had to like disconnect
You
the
know-
call because I was using like resources to.
I mean, a guy. I will
I'm
say.
sure he's cool.
I'll
Okay.
say it this way: a guy who can who can throw down a rhyme about Ira Glass from This American Life. I'm like, he's cool in my
yes,
butt, man.
yes.
A guy who can get noticed for doing a song about Gravity Falls, or, Ron Swanson. I mean, he's got skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. Good people, man. All right, gents.
Well, okay. Before we go to break, because
Balls.
I was just happy. What?
Oh.
Stop it! This is not the after hour show. Before we go to
Balls.
break, well, hell, we were gonna put Man of Steel on the table. I think it might just wait.
Why
till
don't we
next
table it?
Yeah.
Why don't we table it for the next hour?
week. We'll table it for next week. Okay.
Well, I was going to say next hour. Why don't we do it?
Next month.
We'll do a little bit on it. We still got news and stuff to cover too. We got
News.
because I definitely want to talk about this whole.
Maybe we can cut down on news. I want to talk about Superman.
All right, then. I guess that's what we're doing. So
You want to talk about Superman?
wait a minute. How did I just bend to that easily?
I don't
You son of
know.
a bitch.
This is kinda-
There's four of us, and what are you?
Fine.
Are we
will-
taking
And
a
we
vote?
got Thor.
We will talk about Superman, but I really want to. Okay. We've called it for weeks with this whole Microsoft thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We said that there was no way they're coming out of E3 alive. And Rob, I'm sorry that they ruined your segment this week. But did you still want to try for something on it, or
No.
I got the
No.
soundbite here. I've got the soundbite.
I got nothing. They screwed me.
Come on, man. You know,
So,
Oh hell no!
come on.
I don't-
not the first time Microsoft
I got
done
nothing.
that.
They screwed a skit of ours up too, because
We had some comedy planned, and they just
do we
Pooped in
raise?
that.
We were gonna do like a whole eulogy and burying an Xbox, and
You still can.
I wanted Rob to be that dude that's at our funeral all the time. I'm glad that mother. I hated his ass anyway. He didn't die soon enough.
There's so many just contradictory things with the Xbox right now that Microsoft's doing. I mean, the fact that first of all the name is the Xbox One, when the original Xbox was the Xbox One. I mean, literally, this is like the third Xbox. So
Let me point something out.
pointed out.
Xbox One has yet to actually be released, so we don't know how much they're actually going to screw things up between now and then. I guarantee you something will happen. And we all just go, well, shit, there it is.
Yeah.
well, it's happened. I mean, the
Oh.
fact that they were saying all these things like how basically you can't share games, sort of thing. Just
Region locking.
exactly.
Mhm.
How you always have to be on the internet, how every 24 hours it has to connect and stuff like that. And if you don't have the internet, then you know what? We've got the 360 for you. These are all really crappy things for Microsoft to even say.
here's-
And then to go back to the drawing board and say, we screwed up.
Yeah, here's where I think it really bit him in the ass. When you have Jeff Keighley of Game Trailers ripping you a new one, pretty much, as dryly as he can on air. Yeah. When you
Yeah.
had the gaming press ripping you a brand new one on at E3, when you have fans who are saying, guess what? I'm going to vote with my money and go get Sony. When you have Sony coming out and rubbing it in your face,
Sony teabagged.
Oh,
they
yeah.
teabagged them.
Sony
Yeah.
won.
The
E3.
greatest thing was that video. What they showed is here's how you
Yes,
share
yes.
a PlayStation 4 game.
That right there.
That's it. I love it.
That right there was like they've already won the fight, your opponent is knocked out.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kick him in the junk on the way out.
I mean, it's gotten to the point where I love my Xbox 360. I really do. And I'm a diehard Halo fan. I have played every single one.
I'm with
played
you on that one.
Halo
multiplayer.
4,
and
I
that
was a
sort of
little
thing.
disappointed.
I liked it, but either way, it's gotten to the point where I'm willing to give up Halo and buy
Yes.
a PS4
Yep.
than to really give Microsoft any money. Because they've pissed me off.
Well, you see, the thing is that what Jason told me earlier was we have one problem is there are a lot of machines that are already done or something because the first patch that you get when you take it out of the box, you hook it up or whatever, is to take all that stuff off of the machine.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
things are already set up for all this DRM crap that they have.
Yep.
And their first patch is to take it off. So people may say, oh, okay, well, they're going to take it off. They go out to buy the box, they go home, they have no internet.
Yeah, you have
The
to have
fuck?
the internet to
Yeah.
take
What the
patch
hell?
off.
Hey, everybody gets one. All right.
Yeah.
Every show you get one. All right.
You
Hold
know,
on. I was looking for the original because God, that press. Don Patrick's statement. God, it was the most. My tail is between my legs.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Running across the street because something just got I got just a wounded dog.
Mm-hmm.
God, it was so awesome to read. It was like
Wounded dogs have more pride.
crush your enemies and see them driven before you.
Yes.
I still hold out that Microsoft is going to pull some stunt here.
Yep.
Give it 3 months after its release. Something's going to happen where everybody's just all these people that maybe this is okay. They'll buy it. Bam. It's just going to happen. 3 months to a year. It's just going to be Microsoft saying, "All right, you got it. You have all this stuff for it. Cool. Now bend over."
Yeah, that's
Oh,
Microsoft.
wait a minute. This is okay. Let me read this one from Don Matrick, the president of Interactive Entertainment Business for Microsoft. Just this one. You've told us how much you love the flexibility you have today with games delivered on discs. Also important for you is the freedom to play offline for a length of time anywhere in the world. So today I'm announcing the following changes to Xbox One. And basically it's like you just didn't have to do the crap that you did that made everybody pissed off at you at the first place.
Yeah.
It's kind of like me punching Matt in the face and then, he's upset about it, but I'm like, I don't care. So what? I punched you in the face. Get over it. This is the way it's going to be. And then me coming back later, hey, man, in actuality, I'm sorry. And I wish I could take that punch back, but I use punching as references.
No, I'm fine. That's fine. I would expect nothing less.
Hold on, I was trying to find the one where...
Punching in the man bag.
wait a minute. Since unveiling our plans for Xbox One, my team and I have heard directly from many of you, read your comments, and listened to your feedback. How the hell could you not? Seriously.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it was they just finally figured out that salty taste in their mouth was Sony's ball sack.
Okay.
Well,
it
it's funny because they're using this as a PR move to basically say, hey guys, we listened to you and we know you don't like it, so we're going to change it for you. When in actuality, you just shouldn't have done it.
I'm
all the
saying.
crap that you were doing. And the fact that I love their press release whenever they said,
what
like,
Operations.
when they were saying they're like, the price is $499, they're like, well, actually, that's a discount. Like, really?
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, it's no. They've said they've decided. Here's my big take on it. It's like, you know what? I don't want a integrated Kinect device to watch all my moves. To me, that's very Orwellian to me, man. And it's like, that's why I'll buy a PS4, so I could choose if I want to buy a camera or not.
Mm-hmm.
That and be able to trade games without a problem. I think what's going to happen is Microsoft somehow, somewhere is going to renege on their promise. They're going to back up. They're going to say, "Oh, guess what? We're going to implement this now." Just like you said, it's going to happen. I don't trust them. I'm sorry. They're not going to get my money. I'm going to pre-order my PS4. I'm going to get it. I'm going to play Destiny when it comes out, or whatever other title.
Mm-hmm.
Uncharted 14, whatever. I'm just throwing it out there.
They have to come up with 4 through 13.
13 next. Yeah, exactly. But you know what I'm saying.
Time.
I'm ready for, that's one thing, by the way, we were talking about this last week. One thing that I really was a little disappointed at with Sony's presser is that they didn't announce a new Uncharted game. I was like,
It's coming.
It's gonna come. I mean,
a little
that's.
Why do they have to?
Do you not
to
like
make
it?
to make Professor Danger happy? What?
Make me happy.
They walked in the door. Her what Microsoft said and
Oh, I
said,
did.
"We ain't gotta
I
say a damn thing."
No, that's true.
Brother,
That's
I'm
so true.
sweating you
That's
on
so
that.
true.
I would've liked
They've
that.
already sold. Like they're good.
They're
They're
like,
good with me,
hey,
man.
we're going to make games. All right? Calm down.
My problem with both of these systems is the fact that both of these companies are making it to where it's not backwards compatible. I mean, that's, or at least PS4 has not said whether or not it's going to be.
It probably will be.
It probably will be,
At
but
least to the
I
three.
really want it to be backwards compatible.
They had too many issues with that when they went to 3.
Yeah.
It was hardware before, and they had to go to software. Then certain games wasn't playing and so on, so they just said, you know what, this is a problem. We're not doing it. Now, with the PS4, we don't know if they're going to do that. That's still up in the air.
I want to get a PS4, but I have a PS3 right now, and there are a lot of great games that I want. And I would be like, okay, well, I'm going to sell my PS3 sort of thing.
Nah,
but
I'm not getting rid of my PS3.
yeah, at this point, I'm like, I really probably shouldn't, despite the fact that I want a PS4.
Well, you know, they finally came out with they finally got Warriors out at the PlayStation Store now. If you want to buy it,
Warriors?
yeah.
I already had it.
Did you have it for PS2?
Yeah.
Well, I think they now got it on the PS, so you can now play it on the PS3.
Well, I played it on a PS3.
You did?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Rob, have you started playing The Last of Us?
No, I haven't
That
even
game's
got it yet.
dark.
Oh
man.
my god, it is so. Has any of y'all started playing it?
I've watched a lot of playthrough.
I want to start playing it, but I'm saving myself for Deadpool
Oh, I pre-ordered that one.
Deadpool.
I pre-ordered that
because
But-
that kind of moves me into a little announcement for the show.
That's right, kids.
That's what we're going to start doing. If you're not over at Twitch TV watching some of Professor Danger's work over there,
on Neverwinter.
we're actually going to start doing some recorded gameplay with us doing commentary.
Sweet.
I have the technology; it's working. So we're going to start doing joysticking.
Joysticky.
I think
am so in for
Nazni
this.
and I were going to start off with some of the new Borderlands.
Oh, I just started playing Borderlands too. I just
we need
started
to hook
playing
up on
it.
some
You,
Borderlands.
Yeah.
you
And
Borderlands geeks.
we're gonna do some Deadpool. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. So keep watching the YouTube channel. And I put up the first toy reviews I said I was gonna do a month ago.
Nice.
Your
Finally.
Merle
Thank you.
action figure
I did
review.
the Walking Dead figures. Yeah.
I
So
got a
we're gonna have
Merle action figure.
we're gonna have some big things coming for the YouTube channel. So keep watching that. But we do need to take a break at some point
Yeah, we got to go pee-pee.
and go.
Skip.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome, Skips.
I was gonna say one thing: buy The Last of Us. If you have a PS3, buy The Last of Us. If you don't buy a PS3, then buy The
I
Last
have
of
a
Us.
PS3,
Because
but I'm-
It is so good. Like the first 15 minutes of that game, at the end, you're like,
Just the first 15 minutes?
Yeah.
I think you need to do a
Yeah, the first
review.
15
It's
minutes of that game
ridiculously
is
awesome.
insane.
Maybe do some
It's
recorded
insane.
gameplay of him playing it. All right, guys. So we are going to break. You know what? Since Adam was a guest on the show, I think I want to play a little bit of his music here.
yeah.
Copyright.
Maybe pull some more for next
He's
week.
okay with us.
Well, yeah.
think.
I don't think he'll sue the pants off.
Well,
of us
he's our
now.
new lawyer, so it's fine.
Yeah.
He's not our lawyer yet.
Adam
I
Warrock,
see that,
attorney
yeah.
at law.
All right, guys. We're gonna trade it over. We're gonna be back in a little bit. You are watching SCNS Live.
There is only one God, and his name is death. And there is only one thing we say to death. Not today.
You either win or you die, that's the price of the game. And we only pray to death by saying, not today. See the blade that I wield, that's Valerian steel. See the horse that I rode, see the banner I hold. Oh, win or die, that's the price of the game. And we only pray to death by saying, not today. See the throne that I sit, see my family tree. Because they say the winter's coming, this is how it has to be in the game. 5 children, scions of the frosty bite. Dire wolves that hunt in the thick of the night. House of Stark, Winterfell, now the winter's come. King of the North, bow down, now war's on. They ride southwards, father's hand of the king. And bards sing great songs about his honor, though he sired a bastard. Who now guards the wall from White Walkers, blue eyes and dead that rise after. One controls an army, one lives in the streets. One sits at home and dreams of a raven with 3 eyes, bad omens. So you can't sleep at night. The other sees her father's head on a pike. And if the temp drops till the people see their breath, no, the banner never fell when the winter claimed his death. Yeah, Lord Stark was the man who left a legacy. Winter fell too soon, so now he's just a memory. You either win or you die, that's the price of the slays kings and a queen that breeds monsters. A little prince sleeping with whores inside his bed. It's a dirty business, though crowns is on their heads and gold is in their hair and silver is in their safe. With an army of lions and fire that lights the sky till all you see is blood red staring back in your face. Cash rules everything around these kings. Sleep in the west with something heavy on your chest. As the prince who became a king, it's a secret we can't confess. So he rules with an iron fist, merciless, a hound at his side to do his dirty biz. Yeah, House of Lannister, riches from your wildest dreams, double cross to keep succession of a king. And those pretty faces hide the ugly that's beneath the red win or you die, that's the price of the game. And we only pray to death by saying, not today. See the blade that I wield, that's Valerian steel. See the horse that I rode, see the banner I hold. Oh, win or die, that's the price of the game. And we only pray to death by saying, not today. See the throne that I sit, see my family tree. Because they say the winter's coming, this is how it has to be in the game. Two left from the house that bound together the seven kingdoms. A mad king just laughing. Brother and sister trying to return to the place so they could reclaim their right to fire and blood. Dragonborn who could walk through the flames and survive to come to lead the Dothraki to war. Who dabble in blood magic, crossing the narrow sea. Who struggle to see the rise of the dragons once more. Yeah, can't escape the Baratheon spies. Can't mistake silver hair and blue eyes. Can't control all the tribes in the wild. So a queen rose to take her place at the side of a warrior king. Where gold crowns are death and the dirt is their beds. To the victors go the spoils in the evilest way. Cause overseas there's a force rising up and every house has war on their breath. Cause that's the name of the game. You either win or you die, that's the price of the game. And we only pray to death by saying, not today. See the blade that I wield, that's Valerian steel. See the horse that I rode, see the banner I hold. Oh, win or die, that's the price of the game. And we only pray to death by saying, not today. See the throne that I sit, see my family tree. Because they say the winter's coming, this is how it has to be. When the winter comes.
Your dancing master, Sirio Forel. Tomorrow you will catch it.
Woke up in a river of dreams, the men in robes said had to be baptized, and so they took my head, doused it with holy water, shuffled me out to pasture. Time to find a gun because I'm so past the rapture. Addicted to salts bigger and dim from within. My hands, they spark to metal, possessing you on a whim. That's what I do to Comstock and his men. Where I fly on the skyways past the Zeppelins. There's something more in the city than meets the eye, cause the people they smile but they're so empty inside. In the Hall of Heroes, not how I remember it, maybe a couple of memories crisscrossed. I'm hesitant to hear the stories they tell on the voxophone. All I hear's a knock on the door, but I'm not home. I'm somewhere far away from the place where you sit. When they took the shackles off and my path it broke orbit. Welcome to Columbia, high in the sky, where history's kinda different here. So listen here, silver eagles in my pockets and a gun in my side. Grab your sky hooks, get ready to fly. Welcome to Columbia, high in the sky, where history's kinda different here. So listen here, silver eagles in my pockets and a your goodbye. Call me a false prophet by the mark on my hand. Bucking Bronco sends you down to the promised land. Undertow washed away the sin. Promises that I made to men who said that they could take away the debt I had. Shot jockey got the gondola coming. With a kiss from the devil, I cut y'all on fire. So now you're running. Send crows to pick the corpses where I dropped it. No charge, and let me take that silver out your pocket. Everybody want a piece of me because I broke through the defenses so easily. And never mind the nosebleed. Never mind my story, cause I'm here to get you out. Parlez-vous français, and yes, that's how. Yo, plan to fly away, and if we hide away long enough, then maybe you and I can see a brighter day. They say the city that never sleeps is on fire in 99, but right here in Colombia, the weather is fine. Welcome to Colombia, high in the sky, where history's kinda different here. So listen here, silver eagles in my pockets and a gun at my side. Grab your sky hooks, get ready to fly. Welcome to Colombia, high in the sky, where history's kinda different here. So listen here, silver eagles in my pockets and a gun at my side. Touch the infinite, so say your goodbye. She's like a girl, didn't know any better. Locked up in a tower, plenty time left to tell her. She talks about Paris, but I talk of New York. I'm gonna tell her that I'm here to take her home, maybe I won't. She's like a girl, didn't know any better. Locked up in a tower, plenty time left to tell her. She talks about Paris, but I talk of New York. I'm gonna tell her that I'm here to take her home, maybe I won't. She's like a girl who didn't know any better. Locked up in a tower, plenty time left to tell her. She talks about Paris, but I talk of New York. I'm gonna tell her that I'm here to take her home, maybe I won't. She's like a girl who didn't know any better. Locked up in a tower, plenty time left to tell her. She talks about Paris, but I talk of New York. I'm gonna tell her that I'm here to take her home, maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. They say revenge is best served cold, so what's a woman to do if she's ever so bold? Lost a child and a husband on the same day. Gun pushed to the side of her head, blown away. But now she's out with a target on her back, so it's only right you know that first she fights back. Wakes up from slumber, wipe the sleep from her eyes. Yeah, his name's Bud. You don't wanna know why. Wiggle her toes just a little bit till she learns how to walk again. Got a plan that's to find each of the deadly Viper assassination squad. Introduce them to their respective god. Look, she found Bernita with the deadly material that she got from inside of that box of Kaboom cereal. Knife straight to her chest, the name's crossed off, son. And now it's on to the next one. No name, call her the bride. Keeps the steel right by her side. Keeps the list with the names of five. Deadly Viper, and the man they call Bill. No name, call her the bride. Keeps the steel right by her side. Keeps the list with the names of five. Deadly Viper, and the man they call Bill. Got a plane to catch in the house of blue leaves. Now she's gotta deal with the crazy 88C. Silly rabbit, no tricks. Only swordplay and hand-to-hand combat. Huh, now who wants that? Sophie lost an arm and that kid lost his head. And the other staying crying home to mom instead. Go, she's swinging with the wushu technique. Little girl really didn't look so deadly, but she is. So she's thinking of all she's lost thus far. Years of time and a child of mine. So the death that surrounds her in the pools of blood don't matter, cause now she's so dead inside. And all you see is the homicide with the yellow jumpsuit, black stripe on the side on a motorbike. Checks her lists on who she needs to kill and left Sophie alive to tell Bill. No name, call her the bride. Keeps the steel right by her side. Keeps
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second hour of SCNS Live. It is time for round 2.
Dang,
Fight.
dang.
All right, so
By the way, round 2 is sponsored by Reading.
I actually
Hey,
need
by
to
the
put
way,
it on
you
that
gotta take our
camera.
logo down, buddy. So, Reading, folks.
You're on a delay.
Reading.
I'm reading that
It's
for my
fun.
children.
It's a
I'm
good book.
reading-
It's a good book to read to your children as well.
Yes, it
Or
is.
scream to them.
You seem like the type that probably would scream
I was
at
actually
children.
I was actually playing my for my wife the Samuel L. Jackson version that she had not heard. So yeah, she was kind of laughing her,
Her booty off.
she was laughing her ass off. Anyway,
There
we
you
can say
go.
ass.
Because you were gonna say it, and so I'm like, well, do you want the PC
I've
version
been on a
of it?
Samuel L. Jackson kick this week because Reverend Dilworth is on.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it is
Reverend.
true, brothers and sisters.
Little Reverend.
Because
I-
God has
I'm-
ordained you.
Yes, I am conducting ourselves a wedding this weekend. Yes,
In the front of God.
some good friends of ours. It's going to be fun. But we got Screw Attack this weekend too.
That's right. We have that Friday, Saturday, and even part of Sunday.
Oh yeah, Saturday I won't be there for the first part of the day just because I'll be at the wedding.
I will be there covering Saturday. You're going to be there tomorrow doing
Work.
it.
And then I'm coming in to tag in on Saturday. Yeah, I'm going in on Friday, but I will come in on Saturday for a while. But then I need to go do drunken debauchery on.
Oh,
Saturday
that's
night.
right. You're hitching somebody, right?
Oh yes.
You're making them. You're
That's
making.
Well,
right.
the wedding.
You're making them
the wedding
honest.
is in the morning, so I'll be there after that, and then I'm gonna go off to the after
What's
party.
this business of people getting married in the morning?
Hey, I'm thankful for
Yeah,
it.
I'm all for that.
Yes, get it over with sooner.
I'm saying.
Dude, I'm kind of more like I like them to get married later in the day so you
You
can
know,
party out.
I'm actually proud
still party
because
out.
the spiel that I already wrote up.
Would you like to give us a preview, sir?
No. I had the bride crying at the rehearsal.
I think.
Nice.
That's right. I can
Aw.
be
Nice.
Yeah, I'm good like that.
He
yo.
makes the ladies
What'd
cry.
you do? Punch her in the gut?
Have I ever
was
punched
gonna-
a friend? Don't answer that. Yes.
In my future wedding, I would like you to do it, and I don't know who I'm getting married to yet, but I would like you to do it. But I would like you to do it as Ray
Very nice
Lewis
young man.
because I think that would be awesome.
I could. The person I'm marrying has requested that I give him the unedited versions that I wrote up as a joke. Let's just put since we're on a Samuel L. Jackson kick, it was pretty much like that.
I'm fine with that. Do a Samuel L. Jackson.
Well,
yes.
there were. I can't say it here. There's a lot of our friend Linda is also ordained. We're thinking about we need to get a
Tag team
tax
that
break.
shit.
Tag team ordained.
No, we need to just
tag team wedding.
SCNSlive.org.
get on in here, Linda. Tag it. Oh,
Hallelujah.
as I'm getting tired up on the podium, I can just
Yeah.
like,
And then, like, in the middle of like the vows, you're like, tag me in. Tag me in.
I got this. I got this.
I got it.
and then as we announce them, man and wife, we put them through a table.
Yes.
It'll be
Yeah.
a tradition.
I mean, this guy,
Get off the table!
Get the table.
this guy is a wrestler as it is, so he would appreciate it.
Rob and I have been we're just talking about some of the ridiculousness of wrestling. Like, I want JR to like follow me around, just like commenting on things I do.
Oh my
Oh, it's a slobber knocker.
Yes.
He's beating him like a government mule.
Don't buy
No,
that
do like this.
transformer.
He's biting them
Don't
like a
buy that
government
transformer.
mule.
Your wife's gonna kill you. Oh my God, he bought it. He bought it.
I think.
New champ. New champ. After you tell your wife off, new champ.
As he comes out from the top rope and like and which elbow drops me, which the leg drop by Hulk Hogan. You know,
Yeah.
we were talking about all of like wrestling stuff, but we're moving on. Let's get this train back
Hold
on the track.
You're,
What?
you're with your wife at night, and like y'all are being intimate, and all of a sudden you hear
You got a
JR
camera
go.
in my room or something?
All of a sudden you hear like Jerry Lawler go puppies.
Now there's some play-by-play action that needs to happen. All right. Okay.
I hear a sketch
so
coming on.
I was outvoted on this because I was like, because I was thinking we were going to take more time with this, but we're going to talk Man of Steel. Has everybody seen Man of Steel?
Yes.
Neil,
I need to see it again.
No, I
all the
haven't.
important people
you haven't?
I, to be perfectly honest,
Getting excited over there?
Yep.
Stuff
Talk
just
ab-
popping up?
talk about a limp
So
misfire.
you so would it be fair to Neil to talk about it?
Yeah,
He
go
hasn't
for
seen
it. No.
Okay, never mind then.
do it. It's
All right. So let's devote a little bit of time to this. Matt, since you're the guest on the show this week,
I just know
go ahead.
Superman's an asshole on it.
What?
You watch.
You know what,
It's
Matt?
previews.
I want
Start with
your
Matt.
thoughts on the film. Give it a rating.
I think it is one of the better Superman films to come out, as far as probably the best one since the Christopher Reeve ones to come out.
Yeah.
The CG was perfection. I will say that.
Give me one high point of the movie for you.
Oh,
just one. I know it's hard, and I need for the rest of you guys. I need a high point and I need a low point.
Okay.
And then give me a rating. What you thought? So
the high point for me would have to be. I actually, and this isn't really like a big part of the movie. It's pretty much all throughout the movie.
Also, if I feel you're going over time, I will shoot you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Is the relationship between Superman and Lois? You know, like I really liked that interaction a lot. Like just how Amy Adams portrayed Lois Lane was freaking awesome. I love the attitude. I love the spunk in her, and I like that interaction between the two. And at the end, whenever you see the look that she gives him, like, I know it's you. I know it's you behind those glasses. But yeah.
Everybody should be giving him that look.
Yeah,
Just
right?
saying.
Everyone. Yeah. And that's just cool because it breaks the fourth wall to me. And I like that.
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess if you're going to ask me for a grade, I mean, I'd give it a B+.
All right. Give me a low point of the movie for you, though. Because it wasn't perfect.
Oh, my God. I think the final moments, it just took way too long. Like, things just were so slow at some points. Just that gravity thing that they had. Like, I swear to God, I saw that machine like 9 or 10 times. And I was like, this thing is not destroyed yet? Like, come on. That's the low point for me.
Oh, we lost somebody. They were like, I'm muting this.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you just
No, they were muting as they haven't seen it yet. Chris, give me a high point and a low point.
All right, high point, low point. High point of the film, I would say, well, just all around, I think it was one of the best retellings of Superman's origin story.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and ever.
Except for those weird, like,
we did get
flying lizards.
We did get to see Krypton for what it was, which is great.
I want a flying lizard.
This is weird.
High point. There was actually and maybe some of you guys saw this scene, maybe you did. There was a quiet scene in the movie where it was kind of where Clark is starting to contemplate some things. So he's in Smallville. He goes to the First United Smallville Church, and he sits there and basically is talking to the preacher. This is a scene that really got me. This whole. You can see the whole shadowing of Clark, and then you see the stained glass of Jesus behind him. And he talks about, what should I do? He says, and I like what his preacher says to him. Would you stop, Jason?
I'm not going to shoot you.
I'm making a serious point.
I'm not going to shoot you.
It gets in there and talks about, what does your God think of this? Well, what does your God think of Zod? He's like, he thinks he's bad. So, off to it. I think with that kind of quiet point where you establish, Clark is, for all intents and purposes, is going to be the savior to save the world in a way. It was a great scene. And I mean, it kind of went, of course, that metaphysical kind of discussion about, is Superman really, the son of God, blah, blah, blah. There's been a lot of discussion about that this week. That was the high point of the movie. Low point, and I'm going to probably get some controversy on this, especially for my host.
You mean none of that was a low point?
No, I love that. I love that. That was my favorite scene in the movie.
Okay.
I liked it. It was a quiet scene, but it was like our scene of reflection. One of the low point scenes of that whole movie, and we were talking about this because Superman, and Jason, you're gonna hate me for saying this.
Say it.
Let me load my nerves.
Superman don't crack no people's necks.
Yeah, I thought that was weird.
He don't check people like that.
I thought it was a little refreshing, but at the same time, I'm like,
It's
that's not okay. You don't do that, Superman.
Wait.
Superman puts him in a chokehold.
You're saying Superman in the movies can't kill people?
Okay.
What about
Hold
General
on.
Zod?
Well, hang on.
Because I want Rob to give his thoughts, and I'm going to have a counter.
He does in the movie. I'm saying, like,
No, I was
normally.
talking about the older movies.
Okay, hold on.
Well, he just threw him down. He kind of threw him down the side of the Fortress of Solitude, but nobody saw it.
Let me offer a counterpoint, just a real.
Our
quick.
counterpoint.
Has Superman never killed in the comic books?
He has.
He has.
So what's the problem?
Well, no, it's just with General Zod, he always sent him to the Phantom Realm like 8,000
Phantom
times.
Okay.
Everyone was
like 8,000
everyone was
times.
sent already.
Well, that's right. Well, that is true. I get that. Yeah.
Everyone was sent.
Would
Zod remained behind.
Okay.
It's true.
Here's my counterpoint to this. Did Zod want to die?
That is a good question.
You don't think that he could have zapped them? It's laser beams from his eyes. How much does it take to cut your eyes to the right?
Well, it is an interesting counterpoint.
My point.
So what you're saying is he's basically on a suicide mission.
Zod forced him to kill him.
Basically putting himself on a suicide mission.
No, Zod. He was born and bred for war.
Yeah.
There was no Krypton anymore. There were no Kryptonians on his side anymore. He wanted to die.
Okay.
He could have zapped those people. He could have toasted those people. But he just was wanting Kal-El to kill him.
Okay.
Also, Superman don't kill. What do you call the fight he had with Doomsday in the comics? Was he not hitting? What?
Doomsday's a little different.
Doomsday was
a
different.
living thing.
It's like a creature.
It was
though.
a- it was
Superman is a murderer.
No, he's not a
He
murderer.
He doesn't have the Batman rule. I'll say that. He doesn't have that
when
rule.
faced with a force that is going to cause a lot more death and destruction, sometimes you have to take the logical choice, and it is a human choice. Okay?
Right.
So I don't fault the kill.
Unless you're Batman.
I don't care about Batman.
Today's a good day.
Sacrilege.
Rob, give me a high point and a low point of the movie, man.
High water, low water.
High point of the movie. Well, I will go back to Lois Lane. This is the first time that Lois Lane was actually
about this, yes.
an investigative reporter.
Yep.
She did her homework. She studied, and she tracked Superman down to
I
his
thought that
home.
was so
That was
cool.
awesome. I
That was
agree.
a really cool part.
I mean, in the comic books and TV shows, you have this big Pulitzer Prize-winning investigative reporter, and she doesn't know Superman sitting in the desk right next to her? Come on.
No.
She never figures it out. Like, Superman saves her like 8,000 times, and she's always like, "Oh, hey, Clark, where have you been?" Like, yeah, that was so stupid.
Hey, that cologne and deodorant, that smells kind of familiar.
Right?
So, okay, that part, fine. High point for me. Low point, the beginning scenes, where they just kept flip-flopping back and forth. It was slow. It was a little bit confusing.
He's got a point.
And I was like, look, just show one whole scene. Just show child, teen, young adult, and then
You're talking the whole
adult.
flashback
Yes.
storytelling.
Yes, I did not like it.
I will go with you on that one. Like, I hated whenever Clark's dad died. Like, I absolutely hated that part.
Actually,
because
I
I'm
was-
like, I'm sitting there and I'm
Really?
like,
Because that was a
Pretty powerful,
really
man.
touching scene.
no,
for
no,
me.
it is. But I thought the decision was stupid because I'm like, wait, hold on. So you're going to make your son, who's like invincible, who could take that dog and run back before anyone even realizes, okay, this guy's got power. No. Let's get the mortal in there and to try and get the dog, and then, doesn't make it.
To that, I say, this was a father protecting his child.
That's right.
Yeah, but still.
He knew what they would do if they found out who he was. So he did what he had to do to protect his child.
Yeah,
I
pretty
know.
much.
That's why when he put his hand up, he stopped, which was that was really powerful.
It really was.
Because he was like, "Hey,
I will.
no."
Yeah.
I will say this though.
I'm willing to die for you, sort of thing.
I will say Cal was a sassy mouth teenager, teen and early young
And
adult.
who isn't?
That's true. He's got a
Me.
point.
It's kind of like when they put all those stories out. Oh, Miley Cyrus smoked weed. Oh, wow, a teenage girl in America smoked weed.
No, I don't believe that.
Oh my goodness.
She's famous. Famous people don't do things like that.
Has Miley had sex?
Yeah,
Yes,
yes,
Miley
Miley
has
has
had
had
sex.
Anyway,
Come
it's-
on.
Who knows how much he's
So
poured.
okay, so we'll open it up for more discussion. I think Anasni
clam dive.
had some good points. She was not with us. She's spending time before she heads off for San Diego Comic-Con.
Ooh.
She's just rubbing it in our
Lucky
faces.
her.
Isn't she?
Also, she is. I'm going to put this out on the Facebook page because I haven't yet, but she's actually doing a little bit of a fan film.
Oh,
Yeah,
do
she,
tell.
she and her Puddin, as she calls him, don't you shoot Springer, are doing a fan film based off of Mad Love, the popular Harley Quinn Joker story.
Nice.
They're reenacting the warehouse scene. She has put up an Indiegogo account. I believe Linda and I have donated to it. I'm not even sure where it's at right now. I need to check
Give
up on it.
money.
Oh, speaking of fan films, I know
Well, we all-
Chelton Perry has started.
Oh, he's
filming.
got some good stuff coming.
Yeah.
I'm waiting
Yeah.
for more from Chelton.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
He's coming back.
Well, of course, we love our filmmakers on here. Especially if one of our own wants to do one, we're supporting it. So we want you to support it too. So look for that on the Facebook channel or our Facebook page. We're going to put that out. Well, guys, this is the point where we move on to some. You know what time it is.
It's not Oh Hell No, is it?
Nope.
Oh.
It's morphin' time.
I still
It's
think
not
we
playing,
should do
dude.
Oh Hell No.
It's time to go.
I heard that.
Okay. I've been having so much.
Where
fun.
did you get that thing?
It's a Father's Day gift, man.
That's a
An
that's
eBay?
a good that's a
What-
good wife.
You want to check this out? Because this thing is. Hold on, here, check it out.
Let me see it. Oh, that is awesome.
Oh,
It's
that's pretty
metal.
cool.
I need to. You know what? Maybe I should just review it.
You should review it. I
You just
completely
popped out the
agree with
coin doing that.
Sorry.
Give me that.
that.
Give me that
Rookie,
thing.
rookie over here.
Get that from him. Get that.
Come here.
Oh yeah, I love that, man. Very cool.
Yeah, it's got all of them. But anyway, maybe I'll do a review of it. So let's go ahead and start with up some super cool nerd news. Who's got a story for us starting up? I know, Matt, you've posted quite a few.
You want to do a story, Matty?
Yeah, I'll do a story real quick. Let me pull
Rob's
it up.
got one. Rob, you already know yours.
I know mine.
Can I go ahead and load the one you pulled from superherohype.com? Which one did you want to start with one first?
Oh yeah, sure.
Which one you want?
Well, this is the only one I want because Microsoft killed my other
Did
story.
you post that one? Where did you post that one? Go ahead. I'll get it up for you here.
Okay, well, a character has been removed from the Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man
Yep.
2 Electric Boogaloo.
Spider-Man 2.
I love what you put on
Not
there. Okay,
Spider-Man.
bye-bye.
This scene comes from superherohype.com.
I didn't like the girl they picked. Sorry, that was just me.
No,
But
I agree.
Anyway,
I completely agree.
Shailene Woodley.
Yeah, the actress that they picked to play Mary Jane, all her stuff is going to the cutting room floor. They're taking the character out of the story, and she may show up in the third and or fourth movie.
Yeah, which leads us into another story. They did announce they are doing 4 Spider-Man films.
Yes,
they've already said the third one will be in 2016,
and the other one
fourth
2018.
in 2018.
Yep.
Garfield, your life is over.
Pretty much
Right.
making sure that they hang on to that freaking license. And that's the only reason why they're doing
That's the only thing that they've actually done right with the licenses that they have. To be honest, in my opinion, I think the Spider-Man movies are the only thing that they've done right. As far as this new reboot. I like this new reboot. I didn't like the Topher Grace ones.
All right, who's up here?
I've got one.
Which one you got? Go ahead and start. I'll see if I can find it.
Okay, so according to ScreenCrush.com.
Got it right here.
It's the first one, the one I recently put up.
Got it.
Doctor Strange. A lot of people forgot that movie is going to be coming out. They're making a Doctor Strange movie. Instead of doing what normally people have done in the past, and that announcing who Doctor Strange would be, they've announced the villains before they've announced who the actor is going to be. And the rumored actor is going to be Justin Theroux. They're talking about him right now.
Really?
Yeah, they're talking about him potentially being Doctor Strange. But again, it's just a rumor. But what's not a rumor are the 3 villains that they're going to have in this movie. And it's going to start off with Dormammu is going to be the big one.
Pull the stops out of that one.
Oh yeah, and if you guys have seen the cartoon that Marvel put out for Doctor Strange, I mean he's that monster that's in the dreams that comes out in the dreams.
Yeah, well, I read comics, so I know this.
I know.
Don't you condescend me.
It's not you. I'm telling the audience that doesn't know who Dormammu is. Either way. Then joining him is going to be Carl Mordo.
All right.
And then lastly, it's going to be the extra-dimensional creatures known as the Giant Mindless Ones.
Oh, right on.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that is what's going to be happening, and it's set to come out in 2017.
Wow, really? They're planning out that? That's
they're planning
because they want it.
That's Phase 3.
Yeah, they want it for Avengers 3.
I was going to say that's Phase 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
You make me nervous holding the gun, man. What you doing?
I'm just pointing at him.
Why? So if I screw up a story?
Yeah, you screwed the story.
I haven't screwed one up yet.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Professor, you got one? Or
yeah, let's
Neil,
let's
did you, Neil, I know we didn't let you into the news channel, so I kind of feel bad now. So,
do you want to
unless if you get something you want to talk about, you go right
I
ahead.
got something a little interesting.
Okay. Well, we'll get to, let Danger go ahead and go for yours. Go ahead, Prof.
Let's do a little science story because I like to take it to real science.
Whatever.
I'm there's been an enduring mystery for the past going on nearly 50 years, or actually past 45 years, about what really happened to Yuri Gagarin. As everybody knows, Yuri Gagarin was one of the first humans to travel. Well, he was the first human to travel in space on Vostok 1 in April '61. But he died, of course, his death in March of '68 while on a training flight on an airbase near Moscow was a tragedy in the Soviet Union and also worldwide. And there's been a lot of speculation since then. Of course, this is from our friends over at Blaster. Now, apparently, there has been some recent buzz about what actually happened. And this comes from Alexei Leonov, who was a colleague of his. Said this in a recent interview with Russia Today that he spent decades trying to get permission to disclose. Basically, what the conclusion was is that they believed it to be a civilian. They said it. They said that the real cause of the crash was an unauthorized aircraft, a Su-15 jet that flew too low and sent Gagarin's plane into a spin. What happened is another test pilot pretty much was flying too low in the same airspace as Gagarin and caused Gagarin's plane to crash.
Did the other guy die too?
No, that guy actually, for some reason, survived.
It's always the one that causes the accident.
Yeah.
Goose.
Hal Jordan.
Anyway.
Goose?
Yeah.
Goose, no.
It was a Hal Jordan
I know,
situation.
I know.
It's kind of bum. But, Yuri, man, one of the true pioneers, died like a punk. It sucks. So.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
When was the last time you went into space, jackass?
Whoa.
He died like a punk. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that. That's a guy that truly is.
It's an American hero. You shut your mouth.
No,
he's a Soviet
actually,
hero, you idiot.
Soviet
he's
But he's an American
Totally.
hero.
He's a world
Hero.
There you go.
That makes him American.
Because he went to space. That means he's an American
American
hero.
world.
America.
Don't you know America owns space? Come on.
All right. Neil, let me hear what you got here. Neil, what you got, man?
Really, the Russians probably do.
I got something a friend sent me, and it's kind of interesting. Apparently, Google acquired a 512 qubit quantum computer, and the NSA surveillance is going to be turned over to it pretty much.
Wow.
So it's I haven't read the whole article, but it comes down to pretty much this guy going like, yeah. We're pretty much on the way to Skynet right now.
So pretty much Google, you really can find out anything on Google now.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know if it's going to be specifically Google's, quantum computer, but it mentions AI machines, which any sci-fi guys they're going to be like, oh yeah, well they're artificial stupids right now, but who knows? It would be kind of interesting to see, if this is actually the rise of Skynet.
I don't think so, because that means we're all going to die.
Yep.
Well, okay.
Somebody getting people like, bam. Oh, I'm sorry.
So Alex Jones is right.
Yeah. Somebody posted a pretty interesting question on Facebook, and I wanted to pose this question to y'all.
Okay.
Would you guys rather fight in a zombie apocalypse or in a machine apocalypse?
Zombie apocalypse. Zombie. All the way.
Yeah, I'd have to say zombies.
Yeah. I don't have anything around my house that can kill a, 7-foot tall metal machine, that's got strength higher than mine. I'll take the zombies.
That's true.
I'll take 3 zombies over 1 robot.
I like a challenge.
I'll
I'm
take
taking robots.
Unless it's
You're an idiot.
like a Furby? Yeah.
What challenge? You can't do a pull-up. You want to fight a robot.
Okay, it's not necessarily about
Mind
fighting a
over
robot.
strength,
It's the
moron.
fact, like,
You couldn't fight a battle bot.
Whenever, with zombies, you run the risk of actually turning into one, or like your family turning into
Okay,
one.
I have stuff around the house I can kill a zombie with. I have nothing around here I can kill a Terminator with.
I'm going to come here during the zombie apocalypse.
Okay,
I want
this
you to
will
know
be
that.
you better not. You better be talking.
I will. I will.
Another interesting thing.
Jason, I am not a zombie.
Why are you still firing at me?
Well, you don't. You certainly. Well, you don't. You serpentine, so you must not be a zombie.
Seeing if you can still dodge. Well, here's another thing that's kind of you just like DARPA and a bunch of other military developers. I'm sure y'all heard about the idea of basically a robot with a 50 cal mounted on it.
Yeah.
See, no, the robots do not need 50 cals. All right.
Well, they're already like considering it. It's like, oh, hey, this seems like a great idea.
The robot does not need a weapon bigger than the one that I'm carrying.
It's just
a damn 50 cal.
Well, it's just stupid. Just like the idea of like, okay, we're gonna basically make these machines be able to designate their own targets, and we're gonna give them something that can shoot through just about any wall you will find in a city, except a bank vault.
We're screwed. Okay.
So
I think we should
Zombie
start
apocalypse.
I think we should start
Waiting
working
for
for our
it.
robot masters.
And not to mention, people I don't like, I can actually enjoy shooting them in the face.
There's that.
He's not turned yet. Doesn't matter. Bam!
That's
I
where
swear he had a bite
that's where
mark.
friends. Well, people that think they're my friend come over and they're like, "Save me!" and I shoot them in the kneecap and use them as
You're a bastard.
Hey.
hello distraction. Bam.
Hey, I can provide some.
Why do you automatically think it's you?
I don't know, because I told you I was going to come here, and you were looking at me throughout that entire sentence.
All I'm saying is just whatever if the zombies are going, you better be articulating. You better not be out of breath.
My leg
You better
hurts,
not
I
have a
swear to
cold. All right, I'm sorry. We get this train back on
And the
track.
first thing you're gonna do is strip down and just spin around. I want to see some bite marks. You may,
I think you
you
just
know
want
what?
to see me
you may
naked.
freaking walk in and like, yeah, I'm fine, man. I'm good.
Rob raises a good point.
He does. He
Yeah.
does.
You better not be like green. You know, like, oh, I think I just got a cold. You ain't got no cold.
I got allergies.
All right.
Not
Okay,
anymore.
who's got the next story here so we can? Oh, wait a minute. I got one from Linda here, so I guess I should go there.
Aw,
Well,
this
you
is
know,
really
it's
cute.
from the Star Telegram, our local.
Startlegram.
And, you know, it's not. It's well, we are
Home of
nerds,
Mac
but
Engel.
one thing we like alcohol and beer, which we
Beer.
have here tonight. But excuse me. And I haven't had anything to drink. New Fort Worth microbrewery to launch sale at Central Market. So.
Oh, yeah. I saw that story. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we got the guys over in right over in Carrollton. We're seeing some of their stuff in Target. I mean, they're.
Are you talking Franconia?
Wait a minute, am I talking Franconia? I think I'm talking like maybe not those guys so much. I thought there was some. Oh no, Roar and Sons. Yeah, we're actually seeing that in Target. We're seeing it more mainstream around here, which you know. I used to have to go to a liquor store to actually get it. So,
Hey, well, you know, also don't forget about our friends over at Deep Ellum Brewing Company who
I
are
like
actually
those
putting
guys.
some awesome beer out. We need to get them on the show real
we
soon.
need to go. No, we just need to go to where they brew the beer.
We need to go down. Oh, you know they got a new.
Rob, get the
they got
camera. Let's go.
You know they got a new brewmaster, man. Guy used to be at Doghead Brewery. They
As we're,
brought him in.
as we're just walking through the place, like, yeah. So tell me more about this. Go ahead and talk. Okay. So yeah, we're seeing more mainstream. I mean, more mainstream brews going around here. Danger, you had this story.
Which one?
The
I've got a
one
lot
that
of stories.
the one that I want to commit theft on. I want you to talk about this.
Which one?
The wait a minute, is that your story or was that Rob's story?
That's his.
Which
That's
one?
dangerous. The magnet.
The big thing that's
Oh, the magnet. Yeah.
Okay.
Please tell me more and what
This
is its itinerary?
Okay, well, this is from our friend. Of course, this is at NBCNews.com.
This thing looks like an art reactor.
Yeah. Well, let's talk science, kids. As soon as the story will load.
I got it.
Okay. So let's put it this way. Now, scientists on Long Island are preparing to move a 50-foot wide electromagnet 3,200 miles over land and sea to its new home at the USDOE's Fermi National Accelerator Laboratory in Illinois.
Oh wait, it's not coming through here.
No, I'm sorry, buddy.
That seriously looks like that one scene where Jeff Bridges is yelling at the scientist. That looks like what was behind them. Whenever he's like, Tony Stark built it in a cave with a box of scraps.
Okay.
I'm not Tony
Hold on.
Stark.
Hold on. Okay, Danger, give me some more about this here. Go ahead.
Okay, so the electromagnet, which weighs 15 tons, was the largest in the world when it was built at the Brookhaven in the mid-90s.
Holy crap.
Brookhaven scientists no longer have a need for it, so it's being moved to
So,
Fermi, where
what?
it's going to be used in
They
the
don't-
Muon G2 experiment.
Can I have it? I need this thing.
No.
For what?
Well,
Whatever I damn well
Yeah,
please.
that's exactly.
well, here's the deal.
I need a truck to transport it and turn it on.
This move actually is going to be relatively cheap, around about $3 million, compared to where they'd have to build a brand new magnet, cost probably 10 times as much. Now, what they're going to do is they're going to move it from the campus. They're going to take it down to a place down the Atlantic. They're going to load it onto a barge. The barge is going to go all the way down the East Coast, around the tip of Florida, and up the Mississippi, Illinois, and the Des Plaines rivers. Then they're going to, next part of that, late July, they're going to put it on the back of a truck, where they're going to take it to Fermilab on the truck, kind of like they did with,
Oh
like
my
they did
God.
in LA when they hauled that huge boulder.
No, I know someone.
And they hauled the shuttle through Los Angeles.
I
Someone
have a
cost-
scientist friend that works at Fermi Laboratories.
Hey, here's an idea.
I'm
Obadiah
thinking
Stane.
heist.
Why don't you take all the scientists in Chicago and send them to New York where the magnet is?
No, because I can.
Because that costs more.
I can
and-
sweet talk my good friend Rennie into letting me turn this thing on.
I'm pretty
Dude.
sure it's not going to cost $3 million to
I'm
send
in.
some scientists
Let's
halfway
heist
across the
this.
country.
Let's heist this.
You imagine the power.
Yeah, we could do like a heist movie.
I'm about to
We
message
should
her
do
right
Ocean
now.
Ocean's
We should
11.
do one.
Yeah, you're not just going to be able to plug this
He'll be
into your
done.
220.
Okay, well, I
'Cause
need
he's
something
black?
mobile because I
No,
want to
'cause
just
he's
turn it
smart.
on and run it through the city on the back of a truck. What the hell?
No, not you. We're
Oh.
talking about. He said that he would be
It'll
Don
I'll
Cheadle.
no, he'll be Brad Pitt. You be no, excuse. He'll be George
Oh,
Clooney.
my
I'll be Brad
goodness.
Pitt.
Linda
You'll be
just-
Carl Reiner.
What?
we have to do an
Dude's
after.
got delusions of grandeur.
I think we're gonna.
Are you kidding me?
I believe we're gonna have to do an after-hour show like next
If
weekend or
anything,
something.
I would be Brad Pitt.
No.
Yes.
Sir. No. Sir.
Oh my God, they're comparing who they are. Okay,
I'm good with Don Cheadle.
all right, Rob.
You get to be the British brother.
Rob, you got a story?
I have no story, but I got these 2 books.
Oh, we haven't done that. We have not done pictures.
The Extinction Parade by Max Brooks, who's done World War Z and How to Survive a Zombie Apocalypse.
I should do a proper intro for that. This is.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
We're going to interrupt the news. Do picks from the rack. I actually bought that book twice too. Anyway,
Yeah.
we're going to do picks from the rack presented by Lone Star Comics over in Plano, Texas, 3100 Independence Parkway. Go see Rick Shea, Freddie. I can't think of the other girl's name.
Rick Crowback. Oh, Shay.
I'm just disturbed whenever you have to say.
Crowback.
All right, go see those
Go
guys
Rick
over there,
Shea
3100 Independence
and,
Parkway,
the
Lone
other
Star
guy.
Comics.
Freddie.
So again,
And the cute girl. that
Extinction
works there.
Parade by Max Brooks, guy who did How to Survive the Zombie Apocalypse. Nah. And World War Z, which, by the way, is looking to be a crappy-ass movie.
Yes, sir.
But this book takes the side of vampires. And they know that zombies
Vampire
exist
propaganda.
and they creep up all the time and humans always get rid of the zombies. But now the zombie apocalypse takes place and the vampires are like, what are we going to eat?
That's interesting.
And this is what they have to go through and actually get into a war with the zombies while eating humans.
That's pretty cool.
Second book, Captain Midnight. This is about a 1940 superhero during the World War II.
He only comes out between 11:59 and 12:01.
2 minutes of correct.
Who disappears in the Bermuda Triangle during World War II and pops back up in the year 2013 and goes on to continue the mission he started back in World War II.
Killing Nazis.
Killing Nazis.
Killing the Nazis.
And he was
Toe
actually transporting some top secret tech, which is in the hands of
the Nazis.
more Nazis right now.
Are we
And
just
of
gonna keep
course,
saying it like
with
that?
our American government, he's now a rogue agent that they are chasing down because, you know,
Come on, he's an American hero. Sure, he's been gone for
uh,
70 years.
Not to them.
Oh, come on. So we're friends
Okay.
with the Nazis now?
And that's it. But both of these,
What
Captain
next, the
Midnight
commies?
number 0, Extinction Parade number 1, both of these are good. Get them.
You heard him. Go pick those up. Let's see. I went more traditional as I usually do. Age of Ultron book 10 came out this week.
Okay.
And I have an unfortunate story about this. One of my friends out there who, I don't know if she's listening or not, ruined this comic's ending for me because she digitally downloads her comics and got them before I went to work. So when we get to work 8 o'clock in the morning, she's like, "Did you read Age of Ultron yet?" And I'm thinking, "Oh, she
No.
meant 9. Yeah, we'll talk about Age of Ultron." And she starts going. I'm like, "That stuff didn't. How you telling me 10?" And she's like, "Oh, you haven't read it yet? It's 7:30 in the morning. What comic shop do you know that's open this early?" So this was ruined for me. However, I did say I was done with this book last time,
And you're still done with it?
but I picked it up because this
You like the
is
abuse.
something big is happening in the Marvel universe involving a lot of. It seems like Marvel is about to do some cleanup. They're about to do some. To their credit,
Interesting.
Marvel really doesn't do big relaunches like DC does.
Yeah.
They just roll with it, and there are certain characters like Spider-Man they keep screwing over. But most of the time, you got guys like the X-Men. They pretty much Avengers. They have pretty much a stable history. They don't do anything really changing to them like DC would do.
Right.
But I think Marvel is about to pull a crisis.
Is Dazzler coming back?
Let's
Also, we announced that a character was going to be coming to the Marvel Comics debuting. If you remember, we talked about that on the show. That character makes their debut in this book. So I definitely recommend picking up Age of Ultron 10.
Is that
where I was really not into the whole time travel thing that they were leading up to, and now I'm back on board. So,
was that a certain female character that we were talking about?
yes, it was.
Is that a certain female
Also-
character that a certain person's going to be playing in Guardians of the Galaxy?
No.
Not that one. Okay.
Okay. Also,
it.
I missed this a couple last week while we were at the shop, but this is a really good jump on point for Wolverine and the X-Men. Normally, I shied away from this title because it's Wolverine and the X-Men. That's really kind of discounting some of the other X-Men.
Yeah.
But this is well, you've got the Jean Grey School. This starts the Hellfire School.
Oh yeah, I remember
So now-
Marvel put out that. Yeah.
There are some really great characters in here, and if you look at, some of my favorite '90s. You got Sauron back. You got Mystique. You got several characters making their they're returning to teach the new evil mutants of the day, which they did have the Hellfire Club back in the day. They had the Hellions, so this makes sense. It's good to see that. Also, Prelude to Infinity, which is starting up Marvel's next big crossover. Which I don't is Age of Ultron playing into this?
I don't know.
Because we've got a big crossover going right now. We've got Age of Ultron going. What? I have the chat room up here, you jackasses.
I know.
But anyway,
he's writing some very interesting comments in the
I'm
chat
okay
room.
with what he said. Anyway, but this is starting up. It's interesting. They're going from one crossover event. Actually, Age of Ultron really wasn't a crossover event. It was kind of its own contained thing.
Yep.
And now they're moving into Prelude for Infinity. But
I remember when comic series, and God, I'm going to date myself, but I remember comic series actually just wrote stories. They wrote plot lines. They didn't write every other issue was like some sort of major crossover event. It was like
I like I look. It might sound bad. I like crossovers. I do like some of them.
well, it used to be something big. It used to be something important. Now it's just like let's
an
pull it up
annual
our
event.
ass and come up with another big crossover storyline involving 14 characters we haven't heard from in 20 years. It's like, come on, really? Why don't you invest in some
852.
original story writing and some original ideas, not pull out all the stops and blow your wad? I mean,
Yes,
God,
what? No.
save
I think
it for
Neil's
later.
already done that about 3 times since tonight. During that entire
You
interview.
shot in somebody's eye.
I do have
I've done that.
No
before.
one has emailed me for these tickets
More
for
than once.
Dr. U. Oh wait a minute.
Doctor Whom? Inspector Space.
These are no good. These are no good anymore.
I'm sorry, folks.
Well, no one emailed me, so
Yeah, that's disrespectful. We
I guess
threw
they
a
don't want to catch
contest.
any theater. Actually, it is important about it's 8:53. We need to start kind of closing this thing off here. We do have, like I said, we made the announcements. Watch the YouTube channel. We're going to be doing some gameplay video
We're gonna be doing some more comedy.
with us doing some commentary. I'm pretty sure me and Rob sitting around having some beers playing a game is going to be pretty damn funny.
Are we gonna be putting you guys on camera while we do that?
Yes, I'm going to be actually
Awesome.
using like picture-in-a-picture cutting
Sweet.
over. But mostly it will be the gameplay, and we're going to show you some of the newer games out there. So you'll be seeing that from the crew.
You'll be seeing me playing more PC games at the old Danger Dome. That's right.
You need to start putting those on the YouTube channel.
I know, guys. I've been doing some testing with this app. By the way, this awesome app we use.
Also, this episode was definitely brought to you by Nerf.
Nerf.
It's true.
Pay us. It's our payola plugola here. Nerf.
I've got like 4 of these things now, so I have a problem.
Nerf,
Anyway.
you can have a Mexican standoff.
No, for a Mexican
But two
standoff,
really,
man, 3
really,
guns.
really white guys.
Yes, I was
Like
going to
ice.
note
I'm
that
gonna kill
neither one of
somebody.
them was Mexican.
Well, he's the one that keeps saying Mexican standoff.
because
Mexican
he's a
standoff.
racist.
I'm not a
look,
racist,
I know.
sir. I'm not Paula Dean. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Dude, Russ Martin was going off on Paul Dean today. Oh my God. I almost crashed.
It's funny.
Wow. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black.
I had to
Whoa.
pull over.
Whoa.
Okay,
I was laughing so hard.
okay,
I
we'll
don't see
give,
color,
we'll give it a
Chris.
little bit here. Why does Paula Dean think it's okay to use the N word?
Because she's from the South. That's what she said. I'm from the South.
Oh, that
But I ain't no
reminds me.
racist.
The only time she used it
Huh?
was, 1986 when she worked in a bank and some black
Gentlemen.
guy came in and put a gun to her head
Now, in her
because he
defense,
was robbing the bank.
in her defense, Chris Rock has already addressed that. We think the same thing of that guy. If you rob me, you are that name too.
I saw. All right. Think of the most badass Audi you can think of.
Hmm?
You're talking a car?
Car.
The Audi. Okay. Audi makes badass cars.
Yeah.
Really? Really?
What was it? The
There's
A?
some.
Yeah. What?
What the A?
Like
the
the
TT?
A8 or whatever.
Yeah.
A really badass Audi. Red and black. I mean, flat. Probably a vinyl on it. Real nice. And then I noticed that the license plate. I got to get really. I really got to ask somebody if I can say this without getting punched. Can I say that word?
No, you cannot. Not on this damn show.
Right. That's what the license plate was.
Wow.
The license plate said Niglet.
That's awesome.
Wow. I feel white guilt over here.
I at least want to thank Rob for go ahead and fielding that when I feel just a wee bit better.
I was actually at work. I was at work the other day.
No.
Yes.
I work with a bunch of black ladies.
No.
And
Stop.
One of them had like all these bumps all over her, and she said it was because she had chiggers. And I said, I don't think I can say that word. And she said, no, you can say it. I'm like, but all my training has told me otherwise.
And with that,
see, it wasn't that bad.
Anybody got any shout outs to do before we end this show?
Yeah, by the way,
mercifully,
guys, let's give a quick
GoPro
one more
camera.
time for our buddy Adam Warrock.
Oh, yeah, go to
AdamWarrock.com.
AdamWarrock.com. Go check him out.
Donate.
Doing the annual donation drive next week,
June 30th.
We will give you a reminder of that when it goes down.
Also, let's see. Oh, by the way, yeah, I want to give a quick shout out to a fellow. What we could call him a fellow broadcaster in a way, a fellow blogger, Richie Witt. DFWSportatorium.com, his new site. Check it out. He is giving, if you probably know, Richie was a writer over the Dallas Observer, wrote a really great article several years ago called The Hard Lie, which was about Greg Williams, formerly The Ticket, then of 105.3, who pretty much went down the toilet once again. And this week he is writing a whole series, part 1 through 5, of what happened and how he lost his job
really
and how
good.
Greg Williams lost his mind, including text, Facebook or Twitter postings, things like that. It's insane.
It's really good.
And it's riveting to read, and it's interesting to see what happens when one partner of a partnership just kind of crashes into a wall. Which, Jason, I will tell you that will never happen with us.
Oh, and
because I'm not a drug-addled freak.
I got Linda's got some shout outs here. Shout out to Sean Hines over there at Screw Attack for hooking us up with some press badges and some tickets. We're going out there this weekend. It's going to be fun. A lot of fun.
I got to ask you about that as soon as we get off air. So
what, Screw Attack? You're set.
I'm set. Do I tell them who I am?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good bet.
They don't know who you are. I told them who you are. Anyway,
thank you.
And shout out to Deadpool for being awesome square. Shout out to Pie and also Pie.
I
Wait a minute, you tricked me, mother.
That was good. I need that. I need that right there. That was good.
Bastard.
That was amazing.
I want to give a shout out to the Rumbus because it's an awesome shape. Yes. Awesome.
I'll give a shout out to the whiskey that I do not have here.
I'm sorry, buddy. This was the teetotaling episode, and I think we did quite well.
Oh,
Sober.
Dang, I did want to talk about this one. Robert Downey Jr. has re-signed on for Avengers 2 and 3 and possibly another Iron Man movie. But we all knew that was going to happen.
I had a feeling it was going to happen. It was all about getting money.
I have a feeling it's not going to be the Iron Man movie. I have a feeling it's just going to be Avengers.
Bring on more then. Bring on more Marvel characters because Marvel is coming with it.
Well, they're doing Doctor Strange,
We
and
need
they said they have also another untitled movie right now.
Dazzler.
You know you're gutsy when you
Dazzler,
said,
come on.
you know what, we're doing Doctor Strange.
Yeah, and they're bringing
Already leaked the motion
Quicksilver
picture.
and they're bringing Scarlet Witch.
We didn't get to talk about that on the show
Yeah.
tonight. Joss had some.
Dude,
things
Joss
to say
has a
about
lot of great things to say.
I'm
about
ready.
that.
I'm ready for an Artie and Leach film. Come on. Gotta dig way back. Come on. Some great mutants.
Oh, by the way, I have a movie download to give away that I got when I bought my tickets for Into Darkness. It's the original, not the original, but the first remake of the Star Trek movie.
The 2000,
the 2009.
Was it 2009?
2009.
2009. Sorry.
All you got to do is email me NTROPI entropy@yahoo.com. The subject has to say Star Trek giveaway.
We really need to get him an untitled SCNS.
We do need to work on that.
And
We'll discuss that after the
That's
show.
your department.
Well,
And in the body needs to say, give me the code. So the subject line, Star Trek giveaway. In the body, give me the code.
I love it.
If you have a friend that you know that hasn't seen it that may want it,
And get it legal.
lies.
let them, they can get it legally.
Oh,
It's going to be through iTunes, so There you go. Blah, blah, blah.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and end the show. I want to thank my good buddy Matt Maliaros and Neil for coming on the show. Thanks for coming and bringing his monster of an alien wearing sitting on the desk.
That's awesome.
He is a monster man with a monster computer.
And
Makes porn look
Rob
wonderful.
Entropy for doing what he does. We're going to be out at Screw Attack looking for some videos coming from us
Sitting
this
here being
weekend.
quiet.
Yeah, that's
Professor,
right,
you
guys.
got anything else to say?
Yeah, I want to throw it out there, guys. SCNS Live, SCNSlive.com, our home site. Come check it out. We're going to be posting a little bit more. In fact, I think we're going to start doing some blog posts here soon. Also, Facebook.com, SCNS Live, for all show updates. Also, be our friend, too, and we'll tell you about stuff we're doing out throughout the week. YouTube.com entitled SCNS for all our YouTube videos, fun stuff. Twitch TV, SCNS Live. Twitch.tv/SCNS Live for all our gaming videos as well. So, guys, I am Chris. That's Jason. This is the rest of the gang. Stay safe. Have a great week or great weekend, and keep on nerding. Have a great weekend.
Nobody wants to be my friend.